don't want to stop clapping inside this stadium. That can only be described as thunderous applause. The announcement you couldn't hear, the applause immediately drowned it out. That was like standing close to a runway with a jumbo jet taking off. That was absolutely spine-tingling in here.
No, Ali, that was special. That was special. You couldn't hear anything. All you hear is the clapping. It was fantastic. Fantastic tribute to a great man.
Terry Venables will be fondly remembered. Lovely picture of him on the big screens as everyone was applauding there. Black and white picture with that cheeky smile across his face. His teams used to play some fabulous football. I think we're going to get a good game here this afternoon as well. And you just know, with the way Ange Postecoglou talks, he'll be well aware of Terry Venables, what he meant to this club. So we'll look forward to hearing from him after the game as well. I saw him just staring up at the screen, at the picture of Terry Venables, and I know he takes his responsibility as manager of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club very, very seriously indeed. Right, Tottenham Villa, we are expecting an end-to-end attacking, harem-scarem sort of crazy sort of game. Let's see what happens. A much-changed Tottenham team. Ange Postecoglou dealing with all sorts of absentees. Douglas Luiz is on the ball for Aston Villa. They're in the claret and blue. They're defending the goal away to the left, and they start the day a point behind Tottenham in the Premier League table. Tottenham on 26 points, Aston Villa on 25. Both teams love to play a high line at the back, love to get on the front foot and attack. It promises to be a good one. Villa attacking down the left early on. Throw-in finds Ollie Watkins. He plays it back to John McGinn. McGinn goes heading towards the byline. Little nutmeg. Cross comes in. Oh, Matty Cash, diving header 6 yards out. Didn't make proper contact. First chance of the game comes 30 seconds in.
Yeah, it's too quick for Matty Cash. It's brilliant play from John McGinn, and he gets it all wrong. He misses the header out, and it hits his chest. He totally mistimes it.
Going to have a little look at the way Tottenham are lining this up in midfield as well. Clinton and I have been having a good chat about that before the game. Brian Hill, young Spaniard, making a first Premier League start for the club this season. So is Giovanni Lo Celso, so is Rodrigo Bentancur. I know you've got a feeling, Clinton, that Bentancur is going to sit in front of the back four and try and direct operations.
Well, you can see him now. He's sitting there. But you know what? Another thing, and they always do it. Look where Porro is. Porro's playing as a centre mid, but he will go to right back. But that's just in inverted fullbacks playing there. But I think Bentancur will sit. Lo Celso and Kulusevski will play closer to Son.
Ball over the top for Son to chase. Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper, quickly off his line. Read it well. Clears on the half volley. The clearance reaches Ollie Watkins. Battles with Ben Davies. Let's not forget Emerson Royal is playing as the right-sided centre-back for Tottenham in this much-changed team this afternoon. They're all in white. They're playing from right to left. They have Vicario in goal. Porro, Royal, Davis and Udogie as the Tottenham back four. Rodrigo Bentancur in front of that defence. Lo Celso, Hill, Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson with Son Heung-min through the middle. WSL games, couple of them underway at 2 o'clock. There's been a goal early on in the game between Arsenal and West Ham. Sahel Saeed.
Arsenal started quick, Alistair. After 2 minutes, they lead West Ham by a goal to nil. Frida Manum with the goal, 20 yards out. It was a chip.
Udogie hits it over the bar, half volley. So Villa have had a chance, Tottenham have had a chance. 2 minutes in, it's still 0-0.
That, you know what, Ali? That's one fullback to the other fullback. That's what this game's going to be. Porro plays the ball, and Doggie's playing left back. He's in the centre forward position. It's a great touch. He's got to score. He's got to hit the target and work Martinez. What a start it's been.
What a start to the game. Exactly what we expected. 5 Live and BBC Sounds in the WSL. Then, as Sahel was telling us, Arsenal leading West Ham by a goal to nil. Tottenham have robbed Villa of the ball inside their own half. Son looking for the through ball. Kulusevski! Oh, he's hit the post. He's missed an open goal. And Porro's rebound is blocked. And Martinez goes careering across the goal line and catches the ball in front of the far post. How on earth does Kulusevski miss that?
He's done everything right, though. Ali, he's done everything right. He sat down Pau Torres. It's a great little touch from Son. And you look, Pau Torres is the favourite. Brilliant. And then he bends it. He tries to bend it into that far corner. He does everything. He doesn't do everything right because he should be winning 1-0. But the technique was very good.
3 minutes played, 3 golden opportunities. Not an open goal. That's unfair. It was one-on-one from close range. Martinez was in the way, but he had a lot of the goal to aim at there, and it's clattered back off the inside of the post and come back out. Oh my word. Tottenham 0, Villa 0. Tottenham have won it again inside their own half. But that is a foul from Kulusevski. Villa get the free kick. In the WSL, Chelsea-Leicester is underway. Early goal there too, Chris Coles.
Just keep this quick, Ali. It's actually Chelsea 2, Leicester 0. Great start for the leaders. Firstly, Lauren James, clean through, climbed the corner. Second, an own goal after the keeper parried it out. Great start for the leaders. Chelsea 2, Leicester 0.
Crikey, don't take your ears off this one. Aberdeen 1, Rangers 1, full-time in the Scottish Premiership this afternoon to Celtic. They were held yesterday by Motherwell, but Rangers couldn't get the win this afternoon. Late penalty, actually. James Tavernier got them the equaliser. They're 8 points behind Celtic at the top of the table. Back to the action here. Postecoglou seemingly unmoved, just hands in the deep pockets of that dark blue coat as Villa take this free kick. Luca Dean curls it into the box. That's a free header and that's just wide. And that should have been a goal as well, Pau Torres.
How is this game 0-0? After 4, if this is how it's going to be, this could be 6-6.
That should be 2-2
It
already.
should be 2-2, and we've only been playing 4.5 minutes. It's a great ball in. It's a free header. And Pau Torres should be scoring from there. What a game we've had.
Right, I've got to start writing these down.
Yeah, please write them down, because I forgot already.
Yeah, Matty Cash had the first chance and couldn't make proper contact. Then it was Udogie.
And then Kulusevski, and then Pau Torres.
Right, I'm scribbling it down right now. Son chasing a back pass through to Emi Martinez. Martinez does well, all in black, plays out to Konza in the right back position. Now here is Konza driving down the right-hand side. Matty Cash, bit of space to work with. Low cross comes in towards Watkins. Royal is there for Tottenham, headed away by Udogie to the feet of Lo Celso. Wide to Hill inside his own half. Udogie running beyond him. Cash sticks with him, just knocks him off balance, and Udogie runs it out of play for a throw-in to Villa. I gave you the Tottenham team. I don't think I've done it for Villa. I'll do it in just a second. Here's Udogie. Passes back to Royal, just in front of his own penalty area. If you have just tuned in, 5 minutes in, Tottenham 0, Villa 0. Here come Tottenham again. Oh, Pau Torres and Martinez almost bump into each other just outside the Villa box. They deal with it okay, and then Torres plays the ball forward and it gets intercepted. Clinton, you say it every week. Every time I do a game with you, you always tell our listeners this is not going to be 0-0. Yeah. Please do that right now.
This ain't going to be 0-0. I'm 100% certain of that, Ali. It should be 2-2 already after 5 minutes, so this ain't 0-0. It's too open.
Everton, Manchester United on the way. That's our second Premier League commentary this afternoon. Barely spoken about that game so far today, but that's a big one as well at Goodison Park. Villa team coming your way in just a second. Tottenham on the ball with Bentancur. Chips a pass with his right foot delicately onto the left boot of Brian Hill, who's got the long wavy hair, slender figure on the left. Lovely ball from Lo Celso. Udogie is well forward again. Plays a pass to the edge of the box. No one there for Tottenham, and Villa start to play out. Ben Davies reads it brilliantly. Comes thundering in to make a sliding challenge, and the ball falls to Hill. Here's Udogie. Udogie just lays it off to Porro, who again, as you said, Clinton's right in the middle of that Tottenham midfield.
Yeah, he's playing that inverted, like where the fullback comes in, where you see Trent do it brilliantly, but Porro's had a good start to the season for Tottenham. He has.
Tottenham 0, Villa 0 somehow. Unai Emery dancing down the left-hand touchline. He can sense the danger here as Tottenham come forward. Hill comes in off the left-hand flank. Lo Celso, what a flick from Kulusevski. Hill's shot palmed away by Martinez. Rebound headed over the bar by Porro. That's another chance for Tottenham. More difficult one for Porro, that. It's a goal kick for Villa.
It's brilliant football. You know what? It's a great touch. I'm telling you now, if Kulusevski's playing in that role, it's brilliant. It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. Brian Hill, the only thing I'd say is go hard and low. It's a comfortable height for Martinez. If he tries to drill it into the far corner and misses it, Son's in at the back post for a tap-in.
Just seeing a shout there, Clinton, just watching a couple of replays of the earlier moment where Kulusevski hit the post. The rebound then was lofted up in the air. Martinez came across to catch it, and the ball hits Ezri Konza on his left arm. And I think Tottenham at the time might have been appealing for a handball. I mean, he is falling, his arm is out. That would have been an incredibly harsh penalty, I think.
Yeah, it would have been very harsh, you're right.
Kulusevski trying to get onto another through ball. Tottenham 0, Villa 0. Lovely football from Villa in midfield. Douglas Luiz slides it forward. Diaby can't control it on the turn, and the ball is back to Vicario. Emi Martinez and Guillermo Vicario are going to be busy boys this afternoon.
Either saves or picking the ball out of there.
Yes.
One or the other.
Exactly. Clinton Morrison with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 8 minutes in, 4th against 5th in the Premier League. 0-0 so far. 5 excellent chances in the first 8 minutes of the game. That is no exaggeration. 5 really, really good chances. Royal playing it to Porro, back to Royal, takes a little risk, tries to run it past Watkins, now lays it off to Davis. Hill starts to run down the left. Konza keeping the high line, goes running back to try and get him covered. Doesn't take much to knock him over, Konza. He did get a little touch in the back. As soon as he felt it, down he goes. Aston Villa get the free kick.
Yeah, that'd be a good batter. Brian Gill's started ever so well on his left-hand side, and Konza, he's not. Listen, he can play right back. I prefer him at centre half, though. I do think he's a better centre half.
Recently made his way into that England squad under Gareth Southgate. Didn't get a chance to play in either of the games against Malta or North Macedonia. I've heard Dean Smith, the former Brentford boss, Villa boss, talking in very glowing terms about Ezri Konsa and how good he thinks not only he is, but potentially he could be for England. Here's Moussa Diaby, good feet just inside the Villa half, gets away from Ben Davies. Davies comes chasing back, still Diaby on the ball for Villa, wide on the right, doesn't play the cross in, decides to play back here to the man we were talking about, Konsa, to Diaby again, up against Udogie, takes him on the inside. He's a slight figure, is Moussa Diaby, the number 19. And Villa have come back to the halfway line again. Douglas Luiz with the outside of his right foot, plays back to Pau Torres. Brennan Johnson, barely mentioned him in the game so far, closed in. Torres takes it past him. Torres moving forward, wide to Konsa, on to Cash. Cash playing sort of right wing this afternoon for Aston Villa, and Konsa now on the ball. Got to be a bit careful. Is there enough of that? Back pass to Martinez just. Son was interested. Martinez clears downfield, and that's good chest control from Dean. Back to McGinn. McGinn looking for that threaded ball to Watkins just beyond him, and Vicario in that excellent start position gets there for Tottenham.
This is a good game. I'm not even, people listening at home, just keep tuning in and listening to us. This is end to end at the moment. It's a great run from Watkins, and he just overhits it, John McGinn. But it's like tactically, you're just looking at it, and they both are playing such a high line, Ali.
Yeah. WSL latest scores: Manchester United's women 2-0 up at Bristol City. Arsenal leading West Ham by a goal to nil, and Chelsea, as Chris Coles was telling us, already 2-0 up on Leicester. Chelsea starting the day with a 3-point lead over Arsenal at the top of the table. Highlights of the games on the Women's Football Show tonight. BBC One, 11:30. If you're in Scotland, the show starts at midnight. 10 minutes in here. They're probably going to be quite glad they've only got 2 games for Match of the Day tonight, because this one is going to need extended highlights so far. That's 10:30 BBC One. It's still 0-0. Look at Emery. Emery is so busy down there.
He's kicking every ball.
He
Look at him.
Absolutely is.
He's already had the 4th official in his ear to say stay in his box.
Yeah. That's Tim Robinson, who was refereeing Brentford Arsenal last night. Bentancur gets on the ball in the middle of the Villa half. Udogie's making a good run, and Konsa does really well. Udogie's tripped Konsa there. That's got to be a free kick to Villa. Good defending by Konsa. But Udogie and Porro as the fullbacks, Clinton, they are bombing on here for Tottenham.
They are. Listen, fullbacks don't play as fullbacks anymore. You know, they're playing like attacking wingers, and you see it. But in particular, Udogie and Pedro Porro on the other side, they're getting forward ever so well.
So free kick for Villa. Emi Martinez, short sleeve, black jersey, luminous green writing across the chest. The whistle blows. Douglas Luiz wants it short. Martinez leaves it for Douglas Luiz to take. Luiz rolls it to Martinez. They were in opposite sides in that Brazil-Argentina game that Argentina won in the international break. McGinn's taken a knock in the back and has stopped playing, but play continues. And here are Tottenham. Kulusevski into the Villa box, looking for Brennan Johnson, cut back, doesn't quite find Son, and Villa managed to clear their lines. Here's Matty Cash, drives the ball long with his right foot, looking for the run of Watkins. Royal heads it down. Watkins read that. Good challenge from Bentancur to take it off Watkins, and Udogie is back to beat Cash to the ball. And Tottenham fans love the application from their team. Porro sliding one through. Tottenham are in with Brennan Johnson. Son's in the middle. Oh, he's ballooned over the bar. The cross wasn't the best. It was behind Son, which made it difficult. He was leaning back. He got his right foot underneath it, and he spun it over the bar, and everyone calmed down because the flag was up.
Yeah, he was offside, because even I was screaming. But yeah, Pedro Porro, he's just gone too early, to be fair. But the only thing I'm going to say in Son's defence, he'd gone a bit too early, it was behind him, but still, with his quality, you think him to hit the back of the net.
How open is this game?
Oh, really open. Yeah, watching the replay, he's just leaning back a bit and he goes over, but I can't believe it. What a game, man.
Yeah, playing styles make games, and this one had the look of being one of these sorts of games, and it's exactly how it's turning out. Tottenham win a throw, high up on the left, taken quickly. Lo Celso to Udogie. Udogie to Hill. Did that run out of play? Emery thought it did. Referee says play on. Assistant referee didn't put the flag up. Bentancur, pacey pass to Kulusevski, nearly turned it round the corner to Porro. Now Pau Torres goes down. Kulusevski accidentally caught him. That is a free kick, and it remains Tottenham 0, Villa 0. 13 and a half minutes. 13 and a half crazy minutes of the game have gone so far. I wonder how much the managers are actually enjoying it down there, Emery and Postecoglou. Very different demeanours. Postecoglou barely moves, just stands there, rock solid.
Yeah, he's a good man. He's a top. They're both top managers, and that's why we spoke so glowing about them at the start of the show.
Yeah. Martinez under pressure from Son Heung-min. Martinez clears with his left foot up to the halfway line. Porro wins the header. Johnson scoops it over his shoulder. Bentancur steps in to win another header. Here's Kamara for Aston Villa. Under pressure here. Lo Celso waving the press forward. Dean on the turn plays a first-time ball down the left-hand touchline. Intercepted by Porro. Some of the slip passing from Tottenham. An absolute joy to watch. Bentancur dribbles forward, looking for the 1-2 with Son Heung-min. Slides in Kulusevski. Flag stays down. Great save by Martinez. Then the flag goes up. That one wouldn't have counted either.
Let me tell you something. You know, Bentancur's been out. He's running the game, Bentancur. What a player he is, by the way, in midfield. And he's been out for a long time with a big injury, and they've needed him today, and he started off ever so well.
So, free kick for Aston Villa. Emi Martinez has the gloves off, and he's doing his shoelaces up at the moment, and I think probably just taking a little bit of a breather here.
You're spot on, Ali. He knows it's a hostile environment, atmosphere here, and Villa are under pressure at the moment, so that's why he's playing the game.
Real buzz inside the stadium, Clinton, and you know, we heard that applause at the start of the game as we paid our respects to the late Terry Venables. Now it's boos and jeers because Martinez is taking his time to get the gloves on and get the sting out of the game. But I think the Tottenham fans are enjoying so much the way that Tottenham have started this season. Now things seem to be going against them a bit with the amount of sort of injuries and problems they've got, but they're inspired by the front foot attacking football they're coming again. Here's Hill looking for the 1-2 with Son, couldn't find a Tottenham teammate, and it's cleared by Villa and out for a throw. But the Tottenham fans, you know, are really up for it, aren't they, behind their team?
Yeah, that's what you need. When things are not going against you, so you need your fans behind them, and that's the one thing these Tottenham fans have done this afternoon so far. 15 minutes gone, they've been outstanding. Yeah, they're enjoying the game, they're enjoying the football. Foul throw, saw one of those yesterday. That's a foul throw. Yeah, what, at under 12 level you saw? No, I saw it Brentford Arsenal, yeah. Oh, wow. Tommy Yasu, foul throw for Arsenal, and that was Destiny Udogie. No, I've done a few of them though, so I can't criticise anyone. Do you get fined for that? Yeah, I should do. Yeah. Managers would fine. It's because you're trying to do it so quick and then you realise you didn't put your hand behind your head. Here's Konza. Konza plays it back to Diego Carlos, back in the Villa defence. Martinez just got that away in time. I tell you what, Pau Torres under pressure, and Tottenham win a throw because of the press. Brennan Johnson is closing in, and Torres can only play the ball out of play, and the Tottenham fans recognise again what their team are doing and applaud them for it. Royal to Bentancur, who, as Clinton is saying, is right there as the pivot for everything for Tottenham, just controlling it from central midfield. Udogie forward again, just inside the Villa box. His ball comes back to Lo Celso, who seems to be enjoying himself as well, moving this way and then that, trying to lose the attentions of Diaby. Played to Hill, into Udogie. Udogie's trying to hold off Douglas Luiz. Luiz does enough while he's scrambling around on the floor to get it back to Matty Cash. Cash clears to Diaby, just outside his own box. He's looking for the 1-2. Diaby was knocked over. He would have been the recipient of the pass. It's not a free kick, and Tottenham have it again. 30 yards out, here's Bentancur. Watkins is back doing some defending for Villa. Lo Celso plays it across to Royal. Royal to Bentancur. Bentancur chips one over the top. It bounces in front of Porro. There's the cutback, and he couldn't find Son, and maybe he should have hit the shot. I just can't believe, I don't know what I'm seeing because the flag went up there. It's a great chance. Just put your foot through it, Porro. Carlos is already covering Son. It's a great opportunity. Bentancur with another great pass. I've forgotten to write down more of the chances as well, Clinton. They're just coming and going so fast in this first half. Tottenham 0, Villa 0. 17 and a half minutes gone. All being played at breakneck speed, but high quality as well. So defences that are offering each team opportunities here. But the football that's being played is cracking stuff. Tottenham 0, Villa 0. Ball forward from Carlos. McGinn. Quickly on to Watkins, back to the Tottenham goal, 25 yards out, sweeps it out to his right. Douglas Luiz is out there, low cross from him. Ben Davies, ball just hits his left foot, falls into the Tottenham box, played up the left-hand side toward Hill. Hill plays it back to Udogie. Tottenham are going to try and play out from the left-back position. Brian Hill is on the ball and he's running towards his own penalty area. Ben Davies then gets it. Vicario sweeps it on to Royal. Royal plays to the feet of Porro. Tottenham fans applaud it again, and Porro
starts to bring it forward, and there's the opportunity again to get in behind. Porro goes for the longer ball to Son. Son running at Villa defenders into the box, trying to tee up the right-footed shot. There's the cutback, but this time it's intercepted by Douglas Luiz. Quickly to Arsenal, West Ham in the WSL. Sohail Sahi.
Arsenal have doubled their lead. They lead West Ham by 2-0, and Beth Mead is back on the score sheet. A lovely goal. Arsenal 2, West Ham 0.
Thank you, Sohail. Chelsea 2, Leicester 0 in the WSL. Manchester United's women 2-0 up away to Bristol City. Somehow this is still Tottenham 0, Villa 0. Watkins lobs it over the head of Royal, wanted to collect that the other side. Porro heads it to Davis. Porro's under pressure now, but Porro is able to play the ball back to Vicario, the Tottenham goalkeeper, all in light blue. Side foots a pass out to Emerson Royal. So Royal in this right-sided centre-back role today, with Eric Dyer having been left out of the team. Mickey van der Ven is injured. Christian Romero is suspended, of course. Ball forward to Lo Celso. Bentancur to Hill. Udogie on the outside receives the pass from Hill. Son is waiting in the middle. Udogie stops, level with the edge of the Villa box, wide on the left, back to Bentancur. Here's Lo Celso, and Lo Celso just plays that a little bit beyond Ben Davies, who has to go scampering back into his own half. Gets on the ball, and here's Bentancur coming across the halfway line. Then tried to play the straight pass, and that one was intercepted. Tottenham deal with the danger, and here's Lo Celso, plays down the left, a lot of space for Brian Hill. Early cross from him, Son in the middle, just beyond him, and it's headed behind by Dean for a corner. That was almost the perfect cross.
It was a brilliant cross. I think Son thinks it at the back of his mind, Martinez is going to come and get the ball, but it's a great ball from Hill down this left hand side, and I think Son's the favourite. If you look at it watching the replay, I just think he thinks Martinez is coming and just pulls out at the last minute. But great football again from Tottenham.
Fabulous cross from Brian Hill. Corner then for Tottenham, wide on the right.
Can't believe this is 0-0.
I can't, Clinton, and that is surely going to change at some point during the next 70 minutes. Let's wait and see. Porro waiting to take the corner. Son's come all the way out of the penalty area, and he's offering himself 5 yards in front of Porro on the byline, and they want to make sure that Luca Dean is 10 yards away. Porro goes short to Son. Son plays it back to Porro. It comes back to Hill. Hill's wide on the right. He gives it back to Porro, who's onside. Gets his cross in. Matty Cash is there. Leaps high. Heads the ball to the edge of the box. Diaby flicks another header away, and here's Udogie. Udogie sees a bit of space in the middle of the Villa half and plays it to Lo Celso. Lo Celso's got options. Seems to be spaces all over the pitch here for both teams. Ben Davies curling ball to the far post, doesn't quite get to Brennan Johnson, but again Dean has to deal with it, facing his own goal, heads it behind for a corner.
They've started brilliant, Tottenham. Aston Villa just have to stay in this game. It should be like literally 2-1 to Tottenham at the moment with the chances that we've had. I'm talking about clear-cut chances as well.
Another corner then for Tottenham. What are they going to work with this one? Pedro Porro in his bright orange boots. Far side of the stadium to us. He's going to swing it in from the right. Luca Dean is the closest defender, hands behind his back. Porro gets it just beyond him. The ball goes all the way through the box. Lo Celso smashes it into the back of the net, and Tottenham lead. He's hit that like an absolute rocket. Emi Martinez just watched it whistle past his nose into the back of the net. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 0.
Yeah, thoroughly deserved. And you know what, Villa be disappointed. You can't leave someone on the edge of the box like that with Lo Celso, that much time and space. It's a great strike. I have to see if it takes a deflection, because it goes in the middle of the goal. So you're thinking, where is Martinez? But it does. It takes a slight deflection of Carlos, and it kind of wrong foots Martinez. But great strike from Lo Celso.
Yeah, Clinton's absolutely bang on there. Diego Carlos, hands behind his back, just trying to do his best to block it. It's hit so sweetly by Lo Celso. He cuts across the ball with his left foot. It's got that spin on, and Martinez with the deflection had absolutely no chance. Great moment for Tottenham and for Giovanni Lo Celso. First Premier League start of the season, has barely featured so far this season, and Postecoglou will have said to the likes of him and Bentancur, it's time to step up today, and they absolutely have so far, Clinton.
Yeah, and it looks like any player that comes into the team under Postecoglou is full of confidence, and that's all down to the manager. And we know what, we question their attacking style, but it's working so far.
Tottenham 1, Villa 0. What have Villa got in response? Cash up to Diaby, to Kamara, across to Douglas Luiz, just inside the Tottenham half. Luca Dean making a great run down the left. He's fed by John McGinn. Dean takes one touch, crossing, Watkins, 1-1.
I think he might be offside. You'll see it again. I think Watkins might be offside. because I can guarantee you Vicario's looking. If it ain't, it's a brilliant goal, and the centre-back's got to question themselves.
Offside flag stays down for now. Guillermo Vicario, the Tottenham keeper, immediately looked to his left and looked for that flag. We'll get a look on our initial replay. Watkins making the run.
And
you might
offside.
be right, Clinton.
I just looked at it and I feel like his foot's just ahead of Emerson Rowe. I think he's offside. I could be wrong because I don't know about these lines, but from where I looked, I called it straight away. I think he could be offside, but then that angle looks like he is onside.
Checking goal, possible offside. Not up on the big screens in the stadium yet. It's up on our small monitors. Referee Robert Jones is being told that. From this angle we're looking at now, from our side of the pitch, the camera angles, he looks offside. From the other side of the pitch, he looks less offside. So the lines will come up on the screen and then we'll know. But have Villa equalise within a minute of conceding the goal? You're not so sure now, Clinton.
Oh, this side he looks onside, the other side he looks offside.
Yeah,
so who knows what VAR are doing?
Who knows?
They better stop playing pool now and start watching the game. No, I'm only joking. That's my little banner I have with the VAR.
I know. Chris Sutton always says they're on the sherry.
Yeah, they are on
Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, let's have a look. The lines will come up on the screen. Ollie Watkins with the downward header.
There, you know.
Yeah, so that's from this side. That's from the angle that we've got now in front of our screens. Still up on the big screens now, checking goal, possible offside. It's taken a while to draw the lines, and they've got to get the exact points. I've heard these conversations before between the video assistant referee and the assistant video assistant referee as they try and exactly pinpoint the point they want on the player that is the furthest point ahead. Yeah, so from our side of the pitch, Watkins looks clearly
he looks
offside
there with the boot, but then is he four? That's so tight. Good luck, VAR.
Well,
take your time. I know people complain about the time, but make sure you get it right.
Yeah, they will rely on the technology, and we are just waiting inside the stadium at the moment. Tottenham leading Villa 1-0, but Watkins thinks he's equalised, and up on the scoreboard at the moment it is 1-1 because the flag stayed down.
He's offside
in real time. Right, you've gone back to offside.
Yeah, because this angle, look at the boot, it's ahead of his.
Why are they not drawing the lines? That's what I don't get.
Know.
I don't get why we're not seeing the lines just yet. And at the moment we're just commentating on a little TV screen that we've got in front of us, and now it's zooming in on Ollie Watkins. And Ollie Watkins could look across that line as well, Clinton, as Dean was about to cross in. Now we've got Tottenham fans talking to Clinton, saying, Clinton, what's happening? Clinton saying to them, he's trying to curry favour and saying, I think it's offside. But you do genuinely think it's offside, and you called that straight away. And now the boos start up. Here we go, here are the lines, it's going to be offside, it's offside. It's offside. The goal won't stand. They don't know that inside the stadium yet, but on our little monitor it says that this goal will not count and Tottenham still lead by 1-0. But it will be a lesson to them of the danger that Villa pose. Robert Jones gets the word, changes the decision. Pedro Porro thumps the air in celebration.
I called it, Ali.
You did call it.
I know as a striker where I just go too early. I've just gone too early. I knew he was offside.
You called it, but then when we saw the camera angle from the other side, you wavered.
It looked different. Yeah, it looked different. Yeah.
And then in the end, you were absolutely spot on. Tottenham 1, Villa 0. That's a bad challenge from Matty Cash on Bentancur, and he immediately gets a yellow card. Cash gets booked. Chelsea-Leicester in the WSL. Chris Coles.
One back for Leicester, deserved. They've had a good 10 minutes. Jutta Rantala played it on the left-hand side. Fine finish into the roof of the net. Chelsea 2, Leicester 1, 28 minutes.
Blimey, that is thank you, Chris. Bad tackle by Matty Cash. That he came flying in, got nowhere near the ball. Bentancur's hurt, isn't he?
And the problem is he's been out for so long. It's such a that's why all the players went round Matty Cash like that, because they know the players done ever so well to get back. And he just mistimed his tackle. He's late, Matty Cash. It's not a good tackle. Hopefully Bentancur is all right.
Well, he's in pain at the moment, and he's being seen to by the Tottenham medical staff. Tottenham bench is worth reading out, isn't it, Clinton? Because two goalkeepers, Fraser Forster and Brandon Austin, Oliver Skipp, Højbjerg Dyer. Then you've got Alejo Veliz, the 20-year-old Argentine who's in his first season, having been signed from Rosario in the summer, and so far he's made 3 substitute appearances for Tottenham in the Premier League. And then you've got 2 18-year-olds, Jamie Donnelly, the left-footed centre-forward, and Alfie Dorrington, who's a centre-back. So in terms of midfield, if they lose Bentancur, it's Højbjerg. I think Bentancur's going to be okay. He's annoyed, and the tackle was a bad one, and the referee saw that straight away. And actually it was good refereeing, Clinton, because the Tottenham players came running in to complain, and Jones has said, I've got this. It is a bad tackle, but it's my job to ref it. That's what I'm going to do. Cash apologises, and actually he should. That was a poor challenge from Matty Cash. And is Bentancur in the back of his mind thinking, right, I'll get you.
Of course he is, because he didn't shake his hand, did he? So
no,
he's thinking to you, you're well late and you know what you were doing.
Yeah. 28 minutes play, what a game. Aberdeen 1, Rangers 1, full-time in the Scottish Premiership this afternoon. Tottenham leading Villa by a goal to nil, but it's no exaggeration to say it could be 4-3 this, quite easily. Here's Porro. Porro in central midfield, having moved in from that right-back position. Ben Davies gets on the ball, plays it forward to Hill inside his own half, back to Davies, and Davies uses his goalkeeper Vicario on the edge of his own penalty area. Emerson Royal inside his own half towards Porro. Watkins just stands off him. It's played back to Royal. Royal looks to his right, but knocks it to his left to Davies. Diaby starts to close in on Ben Davies, so he plays it to Royal again. Now Porro goes quickly over the top. Doggy was making the run. The ball wasn't quite right for him. Carlos brings it down on his thigh. Pau Torres out to the left to Dean. Dean, who hit that wonderful cross to find Ollie Watkins in the middle. Will Watkins be kicking himself, Clinton, that he was offside?
Yeah, I don't think he has to go because he's in between Emerson Royal and Davies. So I think if he waits that split second, 2 seconds, he gets in. But I know I've been in that position as a striker. You're eager and you think you just want to get ahead of the defender. Royal,
always got to be careful there, holds off Diaby, does enough to play it back to his goalkeeper, Vicario. Is that Bentancur?
Yeah, he's struggling.
No. Rodrigo Bentancur, having been fouled by Matty Cash a couple of minutes ago, was back on his feet, is now back flat on his back, and I think that could be it because Højbjerg is getting stripped off and getting ready to come on for Tottenham. The injury list, Clinton, reads as follows for Tottenham: Van der Ven, Romero, Sessegnon, Bissouma suspended, Pap Sarr out injured after the international break, Maddison, Perisic, Manor, Solomon, Richarlison, and now Bentancur as well.
It's one of the long. This one in particular hurts the most, I think, for Tottenham fans because he's been out for so long and he started the game ever so well. He's been outstanding and he's a key player for them. And listen, they've got loads of injuries, but this one, and you can see everyone going around him.
Lo Celso, I could see, was just in a little bit of an argument with John McGinn there, and I think that you're right, Clint. The Tottenham players are going back to the challenge that Cash made, saying that.
No, they did. While you was looking down, they went over to Matty Cash and McGinn and Konza had to get in to stop it, getting out of hand.
Right, stoppage in play at the moment. 5 Live Sport and BBC Sounds. What a game this has been. 30 minutes gone. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 0, and Rodrigo Bentancur flat on his back. And very sadly, if you haven't heard the news, the former Tottenham manager, England manager, and great character Terry Venables has passed away today at the age of 80. That is why the players here are wearing the black armbands, and we had an incredible minute's applause ahead of the game. I really hope they play that, Clinton, on Match of the Day tonight, because that was quite something, wasn't it? Match of the Day 2, BBC 1, 10:30. Well, poor old Rodrigo Bentancur. Last season, he picked up the knee injury in February, and at that point during the season, he was such a key player for Tottenham. Now they've got all these other injuries. The way he started the game today, he looked like he was just picking up where he'd left off, and he's an absolutely disconsolate figure as he comes hobbling off the pitch here. And it was the Cash challenge. That's what's caused it. It was a bad tackle from Matty Cash. Liverpool's Women RC lead Brighton by a goal to nil in the WSL, and there's commentary tonight, by the way, on Manchester City Tottenham in the WSL at 6:45 on Radio 5 Sports Extra. It will be followed by our NFL coverage that is there for you every Sunday night, and this evening that is Buffalo Bills at the Philadelphia Eagles from 9 o'clock. We're back underway. 13 minutes remaining in the first half. Tottenham leading Villa by a goal to nil. Giovanni Lo Celso with the strike from the edge of the box. Took a slight deflection on the way through after a Tottenham corner. Tottenham win puts them on 29 points, takes them above Liverpool into 3rd spot, and just behind Manchester City on goal difference. They play Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium next Sunday. It'll be a commentary here on 5 Live. It kicks off at 4:30. Konza trying to deal with Hill, who's right behind him, plays back to Emi Martinez, clears up the middle of the field. Højbjerg with a diving header, that only goes to McGinn. He tries to win it back, Højbjerg. McGinn loses it. Ben Davies plays it to Højbjerg. It was a good replacement, has to be said, Clinton, for Tottenham in central midfield.
9 years, but I think Bentancur just gives you that X factor out. But you are right, he is a good. I was surprised he wasn't starting anyway.
Yeah. Watkins on the ball for Tottenham. Not many options out there, wide on the left, and he's just run out of play by Emerson Royal, and that will be a throw-in for Tottenham. And Porro gives Royal a big swinging high five to say good defending, fella. Tottenham fans applauding everything that goes their way this afternoon. They're enjoying the return of Destiny Udogie as well. Udogie wanted that ball played to him as he went steaming off down the left. Tottenham have played it back into midfield. We've got Everton, Manchester United full commentary with John Murray and Leon Osman, 4:30 at Goodison Park, and I think that's going to be some atmosphere as well this afternoon, because definitely. That is the first home game, isn't it? First game for Everton since the news of the 10-point deduction, with Everton sitting on 4 points now in the bottom three. So
yeah, that will be a great atmosphere.
It will, Clinton, it absolutely will. And Chris and Robbie then after the football tonight will be there for you again, taking the calls on 606.
That will be a good atmosphere with them too. It always is.
Here's Hotspur. Hotspur wide to Brian Hill. Back to Hotspur. See those Tottenham runners again, looking to get in behind Villa. Son was off and Kulusevski was off, and Hotspur just held it there. He's come across to Royal. Royal just inside his own half. Finds Hotspur, bit of space here for him to try and scoop one over the top. Kulusevski, the ball's bouncing over his right shoulder. Dean can't quite deal with it. Kulusevski gets it to Johnson. Back to Kulusevski on his left foot. Curling effort just wide. Martinez wasn't sure there. He flung himself to his right to hope that he had it covered. It goes behind for the goal kick.
Yeah, you can see Luca Dean is very good going forward, but defensively you can get at him, and that's why he doesn't deal with it. And Kulusevski's unlucky because it looked like Martinez might have been beaten and might have been dropping in that far corner. But yeah, Aston Villa, they started off the first 5-10 minutes, but it's been all Tottenham since then.
Goal kick, Aston Villa. Clinton Morrison.
I've been called a lot worse, Al, don't worry about that.
Sitting alongside me at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Hotspur does well. Nicks it off McGinn inside the Villa half. Early cross, it's too close to Martinez. And Martinez off his line, gathers for Villa, sprints to the edge of the box, volleys it forward with his right foot. Ben Davies leaps athletically to win the header. Udogie chips it over the head of Matty Cash, who's got to be careful with every single challenge from now on. Kamara for Villa, plays to Douglas Luiz. Luiz one touch with the right foot, whipped pass with the left foot. Pau Torres comes up to the halfway line, then Douglas Luiz pings the diagonal to Cash. Cash is going to get booed every time he touches the ball. He's miscued the pass, so then that is cheered by the Tottenham fans. And Hotspur doing the Bentancur roll, sitting at the base of the midfield, receives it from Ben Davies. It's played across to Emerson Royal, wide to Kulusevski. Brennan Johnson wide right, Brian Hill wide on the left. Here's Kulusevski, Son gets involved. First time ball to Johnson. Hill making ground in the middle. Here's Johnson's ball, might reach Son, doesn't quite. Sliding interception was a really important one for Boubacar Kamara. Yeah,
Kamara does ever so well there, because it looks like Hill's going to just pull it into an empty net. But when Tottenham win the ball, they do break. So, like to Son, Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson, Gill on this left-hand side. They're causing a lot of problems. In particular, Kulusevski. I don't think Aston Villa know which player should pick him up.
Emi Martinez side foots a pass to Diego Carlos, who's back in this Villa team today, the Brazilian centre-back. Matty Cash is on the ball, as you can tell, outnumbered, loses it. Udogie plays it to Hotspur.
Yeah, he's not having a good game, Matty Cash. He needs to forget that and just get on with his game. Yeah. But I think he's a better fullback than he is playing higher up, and I think Konsa's a better centre-half than he is as a fullback.
Royal very nearly caught by Watkins. Here's Lo Celso, turns and plays it wide left to Hill, keeps it in play for Tottenham, tries to find Son. Pass intercepted, Konsa plays it to Carlos. Carlos, the Brazilian, plays across the back four for Villa to Pau Torres, very elegant defender, the Spaniard. Chipped ball forward with his left foot. Ben Davies heads it away. Watkins hangs off to try and pick up the loose ball. That's a bad challenge as well on Lo Celso. Lo Celso was away there. That's another yellow card. Tottenham want to take the free kick quickly, but the referee's going to call it back because Boubacar Kamara is being booked by the referee, and Giovanni Lo Celso has stayed down briefly, but I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right. But Aston Villa they're getting played around, and Tottenham have been outstanding in its first half. Villa have to stay in the game. They have to stay in the game till half-time, and there'll be a lot of adding on time, to be fair.
Yeah, Tottenham fans will be hugely encouraged by this performance so far this afternoon, given everyone that is missing from this lineup. When they initially saw the team sheet, the Tottenham fans, I think they probably thought, well, I wonder what we're going to see. Well, what they've seen is a really good attacking performance. Aston Villa have had the goal ruled out, the Watkins header, he was just offside, and it remains Tottenham 1, Villa 0. And we've got about 8 minutes remaining at the end of a hugely entertaining first half here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Davis down the left inside the Tottenham half to Hill, back to Davis, lovely dummy from Davis. calls Douglas Luiz. Luiz tries to turn inside the Tottenham half. He's lost it. Porro sees the space on the right. Brennan Johnson receives the ball immediately. Those white shirts come flooding forward again. Johnson tries to use his pace. He's got past Luca Dean. Cut back here to Brian Hill. Oh, he's cheeky little touch to Kulusevski, and Kamara was able to get in and intercept, and you heard Clinton Morrison howling, shoot!
That's because, you know why? It's brilliant. Listen, Luca Dean, he got... Defender is not his strong point. Brennan Johnson, just every time give him the ball, let him take him on, because he can't handle him. But once he gets into that position, Brian Hill, you know, if he's coming onto his left foot, Ali, he shoots. Because it's not his strong foot, his right foot, he tries to set it to Kulusevski. Just swing it. You just never know sometimes.
Aston Villa playing out from the back, trailing by a goal to nil. Kamara does well inside his own half. Two white shirts around him, almost overhits the pass. McGinn at full stretch to control it. McGinn feeds it to Dean. Dean's going to hit this first time. Not a great cross, but it's blocked by Porro and goes out for a throw-in to Aston Villa. 6 wins out of 6 at home at Villa Park for Villa in the Premier League this season. 2 wins away from home, a draw and 3 defeats at Newcastle, Liverpool and Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, they were poor against Forest. I did the game there. They were terrible there, and that's been their problem. They're good at home and not so good away from home. Fantastic at home though, the goals they score.
Matty Cash continuing to get the cat calls here. Another goal in the WSL. Arsenal West Ham, Sahel Sahi.
A third for Arsenal and a second for Beth Mead. Arsenal 3, West Ham 0, made by Russo, converted by Mead. Arsenal 3, West Ham 0.
Tottenham on the ball just inside the Villa half. Quick 1-2 play between Lo Celso and Højbjerg. Now Udogie, he's tackled by Cash.
He just, because he did, the reason he did that.
Free kick.
Yeah, but the reason, that's not a foul by Matty Cash. The reason he did that is because he didn't give John McGinn the one where he's pulling Højbjerg over there. This is where the referees have to get things right.
Tottenham fans baying for another yellow card. It definitely wasn't that, and as you heard from Clinton Morrison there, he doesn't think that should even have been a free kick, but the referee kind of balancing things up a little bit. Chris Coles has seen another goal in the WSL at Chelsea. Chris.
Chelsea's 2-goal advantage restored, now leading by 3-1. Neve Charles Square to Sam Kerr, who just doesn't miss from 3 yards. Into the net it goes, and Chelsea are 3-1 up with 4 minutes to play until half-time.
Manchester United's women have won away to Bristol City by 2-0 this afternoon. That takes them to 15 points above Manchester City. They're the commentary game on Sports Extra tonight. 6:45 our coverage starts. Manchester City against Tottenham. Right, so Tottenham have got the free kick that shouldn't have been a free kick. Matty Cash doesn't get a yellow card, and that is absolutely right.
Oh, I did see John McGinn did get booked though.
McGinn got booked, did he?
Booked
Right.
McGinn for the foul that he was supposed to book him when he was pulling Højbjerg.
Right.
Yeah.
Glad someone's paying attention. McGinn booked.
Nah, but you have to multitask. You got about 8 other things on, mate.
Too kind. Boubacar Kamara booked. Matty Cash booked. Udogie on the ball for Tottenham. Slides a pass to Hill. Little cross into the near post. Just bounces into the arms of Emi Martinez. Martinez immediately bowls the ball out. Right arm to John McGinn. Kulusevski back doing the defensive work. Brennan Johnson back there helping as well. Douglas Luiz gets it in central midfield for Villa, but deep inside his own half. Bringing it forward now is Carlos. Carlos across to Pau Torres. Tottenham's back 4, holding the high line. Now they're having to move back a bit here because McGinn plays it out wide to Dean. Dean has McGinn in support. McGinn thinks about the cross in, goes wide to Dean again, and there comes the cross. Big deflection on that, and it goes behind for a Villa corner late in the first half. 3 minutes of the 45 to play, plus a bit of added time to come. Tottenham leading Aston Villa by 1-0.
What were we saying, about 6-7 minutes added on time with the VAR? It took a bit, and
injuries,
then Bentancur,
Well, we don't want it to stop, do we, really?
No, that's what I'm hoping it is.
Corner to come in from the left for Villa. John McGinn is right in front of Vicario, shoving him out of the way, and McGinn's complaining, look, I'm not doing anything wrong here, I'm just standing in a space. Diaby's waiting at the near post. Referee Robert Jones comes in to have a word with the pair of them. I can see that heated conversation going on, and then as soon as he's had the conversation, exactly the same thing starts happening again. Vicario pushes, McGinn backs in.
I'd push him into the net if it was me. That was my position, so I'd wind him up. I'd be all over him out.
Right, here we go. Corner coming in from the left of Villa. Good delivery to the near post. Royal heads it away, and there is a foul on the goalkeeper. That was given as the ball was slung in. Backing into the goalkeeper is given against John McGinn. Free kick for Tottenham. Tottenham 1, Villa 0. Vicario takes it, plays it to his left to Ben Davis. Davis to Udogie. Udogie to Højbjerg, left back position in the Tottenham half to Hill, nice layoff to Højbjerg to Udogie, round the corner to Højbjerg, brilliant move, they release Son in on goal for Tottenham, bearing down with a right foot corner!
Offside!
And the flag goes up. It was an unbelievable team goal that will not count for now. The movement out from the back for Tottenham to eventually release Son. You knew exactly what Son was going to do, opened the body up, whipped it round Emi Martinez, but it looks like he might have gone too early.
Yes, and he has. He's gone. He's miles offside. Let's get on with the game. He's off. You can see here he's off. He's off.
What a goal that would have been.
It would have been a great goal. The football's magnificent, to be fair, and the finish is brilliant, but he's offside.
Did you see Elise's goal yesterday?
Oh yeah, that was good. And he's just coming back, but I didn't like the result, so let's move on now.
Yeah, well, but you got to mention in the Match of the Day highlights last night. Were you watching, Clinton?
I did hear that the last time, isn't it? It was me.
Last time Palace played Luton, you scored two in a 2-1 win in the Championship at Selhurst Park. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do remember it. And they probably should have brought me on yesterday. I would have scored yesterday.
Here's Kamara to Douglas Luiz. Still 1-0 to Tottenham. Luiz is fouled in the middle of the Tottenham half, free kick for Villa. Last minute of the first half, quickly back to Chelsea, WSL, Chris Coles.
I think we're getting all the goals that you're due. Another one for Leicester, now trailing by 3-2. Sam Tierney tapping it on the line after a free kick hit the post. Chelsea 3, Leicester 2, first half stoppage time.
Entertainment everywhere. Liverpool 2, Brighton 0 in the WSL. Arsenal 3, West Ham 0. Those games moving towards half-time. They also kicked off at 2 o'clock at half-full. Villa's women in action against Everton in the WSL. It's finished Aberdeen 1, Rangers 1. Today. Right, ticking on into added time. Our fourth official, Tim Robinson, is out and getting ready to tell us how much of that there's going to be. Tottenham's high line as ever. 5 yards outside the box. Luiz floats it high to the left. Diaby controls it, nearly skids away from him and across the byline, but he just keeps it in. Dean to Kamara. Kamara with a good bit of skill, gets past Son. Oh, that was wild from Brennan Johnson. Play on, says the referee. Ball comes into the box, complete miscue from Diego Carlos. He shanked it wide of goal and behind for the goal kick, and now both sets of players surround the referee. Brennan Johnson came in with a challenge on Kamara and missed, and Johnson's hurt himself.
Yeah, and you know what, Al? I think it is Porro. I think he wants the free kick. He's saying Kamara jumped in on him, but you're right. I saw it the other way around. Let me tell you something. You see the miss there from Carlos? It's a bad miss. If that falls to a centre forward, he hits the target. He completely gets it wrong. And you can see there, like watching the replay there, they want the free kick because they think Kamara's jumped in on him.
Yeah, I beg your pardon. You're right, Clinton. It's Porro.
Yeah.
Porro comes flying in. Kamara slides and pokes the ball with his foot. And then Porro gets caught because of that. But it's actually Porro who's making the contact on Kamara, I think you're right. I don't think Kamara did too much wrong there. Brennan Johnson's complaining that Kamara's sort of foot was high, but it was actually Porro who came flying in, didn't get the ball, and now he's down and seems in some pain. 6 minutes of added time at the moment, but now we're going to have added time on the added time.
Yep.
Because Porro's down and hurt. Just watch it now, Clinton.
Yeah.
You tell me what you see here.
Oh no, you know what? I know why he has caught Porro, but he's got the ball first. It's just his follow through, and your foot can't go anywhere. Yeah. So I think the referee makes the right decision. Not every contact is a foul.
Yeah.
Kamara's got the ball first, and his follow through catches Pedro Porro. So you know why he's gone down, but it's not a free kick in my eyes.
Yeah, Kamara's playing the pass out to the left, and then it's Porro kicks his studs. But Kamara's leg is in the position it's in because he's playing the pass. That's why Tottenham were unhappy. They thought the studs were up, but actually I think you're right, Glenn. I think it's the right call. It looks like Porro's going to be okay, and goodness knows what Ange Postecoglou and Unai Emery are going to say to these two sets of players at half-time.
Are you thinking he might make a few changes, just because Matty Cash is probably on his last warning with a yellow card, and he might change that.
Yeah,
put someone attacking on that.
I think Clinton Cash, that might be his last week in my fantasy football team this week.
He's in mine as well. He's got a yellow card.
Yeah, I think he's got to go.
Yeah, I know. I think I've tried my best. But
yeah, we've done our best with him, haven't we? Goal kick for Tottenham. First half about to get underway. Just the one goal in it, incredibly. 2 disallowed for offside. Ollie Watkins scored one that he thought was an equaliser, and Son was clearly offside before he stuck his into the back of the net. Half-time whistles blowing in the WSL, so next break in play will get you the half-time scores. Our reporters Sohail Sahi and Chris Coles at the games as Vicario takes the goal kick for Tottenham. He's defending the goal away to our right. Cash is up to win the header. Lo Celso on the ball just inside his own half, plays back to Royal. Royal turns quickly and rolls it back to Vicario. Now, what's all the booing and whistling?
No, they want him
now?
to come on, but they don't know the rule. It's got to be 30 seconds. He's got to sit off.
Yeah, so Tottenham are definitely down to 10 because Porro's not back on because he was injured. Brilliant turn from Brian Hill inside his own half. Son goes down. Challenge from behind, and the referee does give the free kick to Tottenham. Arsenal West Ham half-time in the WSL. So Hale.
Yeah, it's finished here. Alistair at half-time. Arsenal 3, West Ham 0. Arsenal started the quickest after 2 minutes. Frida Manham with the first, then Beth Mead to wild celebrations. She scored the second, her first this season, and she's thankful to her England teammate Alessia Russo for her second and Arsenal's third. Half-time, Arsenal 3, West Ham 0.
Half-time as well at Liverpool. Liverpool 2, Brighton 0. Half-time in the WSL. Brian Hill plays it forward to Kulusevski. Højbjerg making a run beyond Kulusevski. Didn't use him. Lo Celso seen something there down the left, but he couldn't quite thread it through for Hill. Konza under pressure on the turn. Knocks a high clearance downfield. Ben Davies wins the header. Højbjerg makes sure he gets enough on that to get it back to Vicario at pace. Watkins closes in. Forward to Porro in central midfield. Takes a risk. He's lost it. Watkins plays in Diaby. Now Diaby's got a lot to do. The ball gets away from him and Royal slides in and saves Tottenham just at the last. Closing stages of the first half. Tottenham still leading Villa by a goal to nil. McGinn plays back to Kamara. Kamara, chip ball down the left. Luca Dean's in. The flag stays down. Dean just keeps this in play down by the byline. Cross comes in. Vicario won't get there. Headed up in the air by Davis. Ball drops in the box. Spooned up in the air again. Vicario comes and grabs it ahead of Ollie Watkins. And of course, Vicario out to the edge of the box immediately thinks, no, not just because we're getting to half time and we're leading 1-0. Let's get on the front foot. Let's keep going. Throws it out to Hill. Hill's tackle, throw in for Tottenham. Half-time in the WSL. 5 goals in the game between Chelsea and Leicester. Here's Chris Coles.
Could be many more as well. Chelsea 3, Leicester 2. The WSL leaders 2 up inside 5 minutes. Lauren James and an own goal. You feared for Leicester, but Jutta Rantala's excellent strike got them back in it. Sam Kerr then scored her obligatory goal for 3-1, but Leicester fought back once again. Sam Turney first to slam home a rebound to give us a half-time score of Chelsea 3, Leicester 2.
Højbjerg's curling pass out to Brian Hill. 5 minutes of added time have been played. There were meant to be 6. I think we're going to go beyond the 6 though as well, and Tottenham still leading Villa 1-0, and for once it's just gone a bit quiet and still inside the stadium, and Tottenham are playing a bit of keep ball inside their own half. They're in the all-white kit. Højbjerg back to Vicario, back-pedalling under pressure. Gets it away to the left. Hill lets it bounce, brings it down on his chest. Got to be careful here inside his own half. Challenges come in, back pass to Vicario, just gets there. Watkins was almost onto that. Cleared, and then Cash, I think, was bumped into by Lo Celso. Doesn't get the free kick. Or does he get the free kick? Maybe he has got the free kick.
Maybe he has.
He does.
You see, I'm all for playing out from the back, Al, but when there's a minute to go, sometimes he'll just get it on the other end of the pitch. But I know this is the modern day football at the moment, and everyone wants to play out from the back.
Brian Hill in his 3rd season at Tottenham. Last couple of seasons has had loan spells at Valencia and Sevilla. Starting a Premier League game for the first time this season. Curled in a wonderful cross for Son earlier in the half that he couldn't quite get on the end of with his head, and now Tottenham have a free kick to defend late in the first half. Douglas Luiz with his right foot. That looks like good delivery to me. It's headed in. Pau Torres powers the header for Aston Villa for the equaliser right before half-time, and Postecoglou kicks the ground in frustration. What a cross in from Douglas Luiz, and Vicario could do nothing about that. It's Tottenham 1, Villa 1.
Yeah, it's a bad goal to concede. Lo Celso gives a cheap free kick, Hill before that, and then once he whips it in, Douglas Luiz, I just don't like the marking of the zone, and he just gets a free run, Pau Torres. But once he gets into there, it's a great header. He missed an easier one earlier on, but that's a fantastic header. Great ball in from Douglas Luiz. Great header. Fantastic header.
Just looking at the freeze frame there as the runner set off as Douglas Luiz delivered the ball. Brilliant header from Pau Torres beyond Vicario away to his left-hand side. I think the goal's going to stand, and it looks like we're going to head in at half-time 1-1. And as Postecoglou kicked the ground in frustration, I can now see the replay of the Unai Emery celebration. Pau Torres with his 2nd goal of the season. Checking goal. Checking goal, possible offside. So they're going to have a look at that line as the players all started their runs. And it's not just on Pau Torres, it's on the other players who may have been involved in the attacking movement. Let's see. We'll wait and have a look. Here we go. Where's Pau Torres?
He's there. He's that one. He's the second one. I think he's onside.
I think he's onside
I think he's
too.
onside.
I agree with you,
I
Clinton.
think he's just onside.
We're just looking at a whole long line of claret and blue shirts and white shirts, all left arm sort of out at 45
I
degree
think
angles.
the back Tottenham guy plays him on the middle one and
Ben
the back
Davis?
one. Yeah,
that's
the
Ben Davis.
one and the middle one. I think maybe Kulusevski, they play him onside.
Yeah.
But listen, who knows?
Who knows? Exactly.
He's onside.
He's onside. Okay, you know, we know, and they're about to know as well inside the stadium. Pau Torres' equaliser is going to stand. Referee is waiting to hear the news. There you go. Away fans celebrate. Villa 1. They have their equaliser. Tottenham 1, Villa 1. And as Clinton promised, as he always promises on a Sunday afternoon on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, it was never, ever going to be 0-0. So, Lo Celso for Tottenham with the deflected drive and Pau Torres with the brilliant header for Aston Villa. As you were, 1-1, and we've now played almost 9 minutes of added time. Oh my goodness, Porro's lost it inside his own half. McGinn looking for Diaby. Davis for Tottenham reads the danger on the ball inside the centre circle. There's nowhere to go. He was just going round and round like a roulette wheel, just spinning round and round. Ben Davis just didn't want to play a pass, I think, that was going to get intercepted. We're still playing at the end of this first half. Lo Celso looking for Hill, intercepted by Matty Cash, forward by Konza to Kamara, Cash down the line to Diaby. Diaby is tackled by Lo Celso, and Tottenham want to take the throw in quickly. 9.5 minutes added time at the end of this first half. 2 goals in it. Could easily have been 4-4, 5-4. Every single chance had been taken, good chances as well. Son lays it off to Udogie. Son plays back into his own half. I think Robert Jones has forgotten actually there's going to be a half-time at the moment. Davis towards Højbjerg. Of course, Tottenham had the blow of losing Bentancur.
He don't want Sunday
midway through the first half. He does now, Clinton. The half-time whistle has gone. Well, we thought it was going to be good. That has been thoroughly entertaining, thrilling stuff, and Aston Villa get their equaliser, Clinton, just before half-time. It's 1-1.
No, they do. Tottenham have been the better team, but Aston Villa had a spell in the first half where they started well and should have probably scored a couple of goals, but yeah, obviously Lo Celso gets the goal, with Tottenham thoroughly deserve. You think they're going to hold on, but the cross from Douglas Luiz is outstanding. From where he is to deliver that ball on the money to Pau Torres, fantastic header. 1-1, game on, second half. Yeah, the kind of game that Terry Venables would have absolutely loved. Thrilling stuff, may he rest in peace. Half-time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They can't be separated. Tottenham 1, Villa 1.
That, Clinton Morrison, as a neutral, was everything we thought it would be.
And more, Crossy, and more. Yeah, it's been outstanding, to be fair. Listen, me and Ali said we don't know how it is 1-1. It could be easily 4-3 to Tottenham or 4-3 to Aston Villa, the chances that we've seen in this game. But yeah, it's been an outstanding game of football. The only downside was Bentancur going off, because I like him. I think he's a fantastic player. Hopefully the injury is not too bad.
Thank you very much, guys. Clinton Morrison, Ali Bruce Ball at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Great first half. Spurs won, Aston Villa won. We've got lots to come before we get underway with second half commentary. We'll be at Goodison Park for the first time today. Remember, Everton, their first game after that 10-point deduction at home to Manchester United. Full commentary at 4:30. We'll be at the Davis Cup final between Australia and Italy. We'll reflect on Max Verstappen winning again, his 19th victory and last of this F1 season. We'll be racing with John Hunt. And also we'll have more reflections and tributes to Terry Venables, who has passed away at the age of 80. All of that to come after the latest news with Nick Hatfield.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thank you, Steve. Good afternoon. Tributes are being paid to the former England manager Terry Venables, who's died at the age of 80 after a long illness. Gary Lineker says he was vibrant, charming and witty, and Gareth Southgate describes him as a brilliant man who made people feel special. Venables, who also managed Spurs and Barcelona, will probably best be remembered for taking England to the semi-finals of Euro 96. He said he would always have fond memories of that tournament.
Youngsters, of course, don't remember it too much, but their fathers tell them all about it, sort of thing. They do come up and they say that is the best feeling we've ever had, and it's just the shame of that it just wasn't to be. Turned out all right, but it could have been better. But you can't take it away from me.
In the last hour, Hamas has announced the release of a Russian national. More Israeli hostages and Palestinian detainees are expected to be released this afternoon. So far, 26 Israeli hostages, all women and children, have been freed as part of a deal with Hamas. 78 Palestinian prisoners have also been released from Israeli jails during a 4-day pause in fighting. Our correspondent Anna Foster is in Tel Aviv.
Israel has informed the families of the hostages who are expected to be released today in a third round of exchanges with Hamas later. We know that they received phone calls in the early hours of the morning letting them know that their loved ones were on the list. And the White House has also said today that it is hopeful that a US citizen will be among those who will be freed.
A serving Met police officer has been charged with attempted rape and another sexual offence. Scotland Yard says Sergeant Elliot Butler has been suspended from duty and is due to appear in court tomorrow. The alleged offences are said to have taken place in 2013 when he was a special constable. And police are investigating a fight which broke out in the audience during a performance of the hit musical Hamilton in Manchester. No arrests have been made after what officers say are reports of an assault at the Palace Theatre on Friday.
I'm Mark Chapman, and this is Everton. Nothing will be the same. This is the story of what happened over one of the most difficult and controversial seasons in the club's history.
If we go down, I don't think we'll even exist in 5 years' time.
We've been inside the club, talking to players, coaches and managers.
I had 9.5 years in my previous club. I've probably got one book in me. In 4 months here, I've probably got 3.
Everton, nothing will be the same. Listen now on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sport with Steve Crossman.
On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
It's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Aston Villa 1 at half-time. We'll be back there shortly for second-half commentary. Really emotional day for not just Tottenham fans, but all football fans, I think, following the death of Terry Venables at the age of 80. The world of football has been paying their respects to a man, of course, who famously led England at a home Euros in 1996, taking them to the semi-final. Earlier, I spoke to Naeem, who played under Terry Venables at Barcelona and then won the FA Cup with him at Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, I mean, my professional career, it was everything. I mean, it was the man that gave me a chance to play in the highest level when he was Barcelona's manager. And I learned a lot from him, and he gave me a chance as well when I had a big problem with Johan Cruyff to play for Tottenham. And the best call of my life was Terry Venables' call when he was Tottenham manager, and he gave me a call to join Tottenham.
Tell us about that phone call. How did it go?
Well, I was trying on my own because Johan Cruyff, he didn't let me to train with the team, and it was about 3 months training on my own. And Terry Venables knew about that. He knows how I play, and he just had the call. He said, I'm Terry Venables, and I would like you to come to Tottenham. I told him about my situation. I think he knew anyway, but that was the best call of my life. I mean, that changed my life for everything. Not only in professional career. I mean, personal as well.
We heard earlier today, Naeem, what a great job that Terry Venables did with big personalities, big players like Paul Gascoigne over the years. But I wonder, what was he like for a young player as well? You know, the first time that you met him, which would have been in Barcelona, what was he like to be around for somebody so new to the game?
I mean, it was a coach that he was always in front of the football. He was always having different ideas, and he used to love a passing game as well. Because I saw some videos when he was a player. He was good. Was a great passer. And obviously, with young players like us, like Paul Gascoigne, David Howells, myself, and Vinnie Samwas at the time, he used to love that kind of players. And for us, it was great to play for Tottenham and at that time, because we are all players with playing the passing game, and that's why I just enjoyed that very much with him.
We've also heard a lot, Naeem, about how great he was in the dressing room, away from the game itself, and what a warm character and how everybody took to him so well. But what was he like when the game started? I'd be fascinated to know. If you take us back to the FA Cup final in 1991, which Tottenham Hotspur win, Terry Venables is the manager and you're a player. You came on in that game after about 17 minutes for Paul Gascoigne, didn't you? So, of course, that wasn't planned. Can you remember what he said to you before you took to the pitch?
Yeah, I just remember that I was sad before the game because I wasn't starting the most important game of my life. But I remember when Paul got injured and he said to me, just you warm up, you're gonna come on and just be yourself, play your football and that's it, enjoy it. And that's what I did. I enjoyed that game because playing in that atmosphere. It was fantastic, and he's always talking to me and giving me confidence to play my football and believe in my football. That's why it's so important for me, Terry Venables, because he just built up my confidence in the game at that time, because I was a youngster coming from Spain, not speaking English, and I was the first Spanish player to play in England, and that it wasn't easy for me the start, but it was easier when Terry Venables is around, because he's an unbelievable person, great person. He's just when I was very lucky to have him.
The great Naeem, scorer of one of the most famous goals in the history of football, of course, who also won the FA Cup under Terry Venables. Thank you for your tributes as well on 85058 and at 5LiveSport. Mike in Northallerton says, of course, Terry will always be synonymous with England and Euro 96, but he also did an incredible job at Middlesbrough in 2001, becoming joint manager with Brian Robson at the start of December. We looked doomed, and he led us to safety with games to spare. R.I.P. Terry, and thank you. And I echo all of that. And also Robbie Mustoe, who was in that Middlesbrough team, has tweeted this afternoon to say, Terry Venables was the best manager I have played under as a tactician by a distance. We are going to speak live at half-time at Goodison Park, so it would be around about 5:20 to Darren Anderson, who of course was such a big part of the England team at Euro 96 playing under Terry Venables. It's a big day of tennis this afternoon as well, because it's the Davis Cup final. Italy versus Australia. Italy in the final for the first time in 25 years after Yannick Sinner stunned Novak Djokovic to knock Serbia out in yesterday's semis. Our tennis correspondent Russell Fuller gets all the good gigs. How's Malaga looking, Russell?
It has been picture perfect all week, really. Lovely temperatures of around about 20 Celsius and blue skies. I think that's what everybody's enjoyed most of all. An indoor event, having said that. You can hear the strains of the Italian national anthem at the moment. We've had the Australian anthem. This competition means so much to both nations. Inevitably, for Italy, because they've only ever won it once, and that was all the way back in 1976. And for Australia, they are perennial winners. They've won it 28 times before, but they've not won it since 2003 when Leighton Hewitt was in the team. He's now the captain, and he sent out Alexei Popperin to play Matteo Arnaldi in the first match. That's quite closely balanced in terms of rankings. And then Yannick Sinner, after 2 wins in a day over Novak Djokovic yesterday, saving 3 match points in the singles, will play Alex de Minaur. And I think with Australia favoured to win the doubles, Italy may well need to win both of those singles to have a really realistic chance of winning the title, Steve.
Russell, thank you very much. The final starts at 3 o'clock. So it's just underway now, obviously, live on iPlayer and the BBC Sport website. It's been the last Grand Prix of the Formula One season this afternoon, and Max Verstappen won it, his 19th of the season. Charles Leclerc was second. George Russell was third. Let's bring in Jenny Gow. Absolutely no surprise, Jenny, but what an unbelievable season.
Yeah, as you say, he's been imperious this season. His 3rd world title. He wrapped it up so long ago, but actually the celebrations can begin tonight when they all clock off for the final time this year. And Max Verstappen, I think, has been faultless in almost every single race. He's got 54 career wins to his name, and that's more than Sebastian Vettel.
Jenny, thank you very much indeed. And there will be a Checkered Flag podcast out shortly that you will be able to listen to, reviewing the season and the unbelievable efforts of Max Verstappen. Last year's Cheltenham Gold Cup winner, Galopin Deschamps, has just had his first race to the new season. And John Hunt, you were watching.
I was, Steve, yes, and he was beaten. He finished third this afternoon on his comeback run behind Fast or Slow, the horse that beat him at the Punchestown Festival last season, and Appreciated in second place. But, Steve, we should bear in mind, for the Gold Cup winner, this was a return to action. He looked a little bit ring-rusty, and it was over a race distance well short of his best. We get to see Galopin des Champs next at Christmas at the big Leopardstown Festival meeting there.
Thank you very much, John. Let's bring in another John, our correspondent John Murray, who's at Goodison Park. Everton versus Manchester United. Full commentary on the way at 4:30. That'll be some atmosphere, John.
Yeah, it's all about what the mood is like at the moment, and it is quiet inside Goodison Park. Only really a handful of the blue and white seats have begun to be filled in here. I just had a look out of the window down into the street. Everything looked very normal down there. But what you do see around Goodison Park, it's very obvious. You know, these stickers, these very uncomplimentary stickers with a message to the Premier League, they are everywhere. They've been stuck on every possible part of the ground. I even went into the toilets downstairs and there was one on the toilet cistern. But in terms of what's been said, match programme today, Sean Dyche addresses the points deduction. He says, we're all shocked. The club, Evertonians and I believe the world of football was shocked at the decision to deduct 10 points. He mentions the appeal, says there's nothing more they can do until the process takes place, and he says something they can control is how the club pulls together. Also, the director of football, Kevin Thelwell, has a column in the programme today. He says he echoes the views of the interim chief executive, Colin Chong, who sent out that video message on the day that the points deduction was announced, and it's this phrase disproportionate and unjust ruling that is very much part of the language around here. And also, just now, down in the press room, we were handed out a letter which has been released by Andy Burnham, the mayor of Manchester, and he says in it that he wishes to register a formal complaint about the process which has led to the deduction of 10 points. And the letter is being sent to Alison Britton, the chair of the Premier League. He's copied in Lucy Fraser, the Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport, and Tangnam Debonair as well, who's the Shadow Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport. And to summarise it, if I can, the point that he makes is that he writes not as the Mayor of Manchester, but in his capacity as an Everton season ticket holder. And he says he wants to raise the issue of the handling of the deduction. And he says anyone who it raises concerns for anyone who cares about the integrity of English football. He says there are many points he could make, but he said he'll confine himself to one: the failure of the Premier League to have a sanctions policy in place before commencing this process. It's quite a long letter, and actually he's making himself available for interview, Andy Burnham. So I'm expecting that we'll hear from that after the second half of the Tottenham Villa game.
And we are going to hear from him on 5 Live. Very interesting, John. Thank you very much indeed. That's our correspondent, John Murray. All of that is just going to be swirling inside Goodison Park ahead of that 4:30 kickoff. I expect if you're a Manchester United fan, you're thinking of all the times to have this fixture. Big one at 4:30, great one at 2 o'clock. We're at half-time in the game between Tottenham and Aston Villa. It's been brilliant so far. Let's get the second half with Clinton Morrison and Ali Bruceball.
Thank you, Steve. Welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where we see Unai Emery ringing the changes at half-time. There are two of them. Leon Bailey is coming on. Yuri Tielemans is also coming on. Those to make way, as we predicted, Clinton Morrison, certainly on Matty Cash. He's off. He was on the yellow card. And Moussa Diaby, quite often Unai Emery this season, Moussa Diaby gets to start the games, sometimes lasts an hour or so, and then Leon Bailey comes on. We weren't sure whether Leon Bailey was going to be fit for the game today, but that's the other change at half-time.
Yeah, I'm surprised about the Moussa Diaby one. I still thought maybe you give him another 15-20 minutes, but maybe he's seen something that we haven't seen, and he wants to bring Bailey on, but he has come on for good effect at times this season.
Right, second half underway. Can it match the thrills and spills of the first half? Just 2 goals in it, 1 apiece. Tottenham taking the lead through Giovanni Lo Celso, driven shot from the edge of the penalty area after a Tottenham corner that took a deflection off Diego Carlos as it went whistling past Emi Martinez, and then Villa equalising just before half-time. Set piece, curling ball from Douglas Luiz, brilliantly headed in by the centre-back Pau Torres. Destiny Udogie back for Tottenham, having been suspended for the 2-1 defeat away to Wolves just before the international break. Is battling hard for his team early in this second half. Højbjerg is on in central midfield because Bentancur had to go off injured. Brian Hill dribbling down the left for Tottenham, just runs out of space there. Leon Bailey onto the ball early on, is giving it away straight to Pedro Porro. Porro plays it to Lo Celso. Tottenham all in white. playing from left to right in this second half, and Aston Villa in the claret blue defending the goal away to our right. And it, probably given the size of the stadium and everything that's going on inside the stadium, takes a while to get all the half-time traffic through in terms of the drinks and the pies and whatever. So there's quite a lot of empty seats, loads of fans sort of flooding back in at the moment. Tottenham have a free kick, they want to take it quickly. The referee, Robert Jones, not going to allow them to do that.
And his camera again, he has to be careful as well. He could have took off a lot of players that are on yellow cards, Unai Emery.
Yeah, McGinn and Boubacar Kamara both on the yellow cards for Villa. Cash was on a yellow card. It was his challenge on Bentancur that led to Bentancur leaving the game a couple of minutes later. Sad to see him go. Handball, accidental inside the Villa half. Tottenham free kick. Tottenham have Vicario in goal. Porro, Emerson Royal, Ben Davis, Destiny Udogie as the back four. Højbjerg in front of them. Lo Celso, Hill, Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson in support of the skipper and the centre forward Son Heung-min, who had a goal ruled out for offside. Brilliant team goal as well in that first half. Aston Villa have Emi Martinez in goal. Konza, Carlos, Torres and Dean as their back four. Emerson Royal on the ball for Tottenham inside the Villa half. Caught by Douglas Luiz. Got his pass away though, so the referee's going to play on here. Ben Davis with the diagonal wide to Brennan Johnson. Kills it stone dead with the first touch. And then Porro gets a nudge in the back corner of the Villa box and Tottenham get the free kick. In terms of the rest of the Villa lineup then, Leon Bailey has come on. Yuri Tielemans comes on in the midfield. There's Kamara, Douglas Luiz and John McGinn, and Leon Bailey will support Ollie Watkins up top. Watkins, another one who had a goal ruled out in the first half for a very tight offside. So attacking opportunity early in the second half here. Tottenham 1, Villa 1. If the game finishes as a draw, then it's as you were in the Premier League table. Tottenham will be on 27 points, one behind Liverpool, and Villa will be on 26 points, one behind Tottenham. Villa playing European football in midweek as they play the fifth game out of 6 in the Europa Conference League group stages and look to book their place in the knockout rounds. They're at home against Legia Warsaw. Free kick for Tottenham on the right, on the corner of the Villa box. Porro with his right foot. Martinez throws himself forward. Double-fisted punch away. Lo Celso, low drive. That takes another deflection, spins it wide. Corner for Tottenham. Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, I don't think he gets hold of it, Lo Celso, like he did with the first half strike. But yeah, it's a good block.
Tottenham thinking about going for the quick corner, and Villa actually alert to that and had it covered off. So Kulusevski decides against that. Great noise again inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at the start of the second half. Tottenham do take the corner short. Udogie, 25 yards out in the inside right channel, gets the pass to Porro. Low cross intercepted at the near post. Ollie Watkins throws himself at that, slides in. Ball comes off his shins and goes behind for another Tottenham corner. Taken short and taken quickly. Kulusevski up against Luca Dean. Ball thrown onto the pitch. Header is over the bar and goes behind for the goal kick, and luckily that didn't end up in the back of the net, because we could have had all sorts about,
wouldn't he? And that's why the fans were moaning about the fans throwing it back onto the pitch.
Yeah, Tottenham fans booing Tottenham fans who stupidly threw the ball back into the action when Tottenham could have been about to score a goal. The header was flicked over the bar, so it doesn't matter. 4.5 minutes then gone in the second half. 1-1. We were hearing from John Murray at half-time. He's at Goodison Park this afternoon. Commentary on Everton, Manchester United to come. Leon Osman alongside him. The game kicks off at half-4. Pau Torres loses it in the left-back position. Tottenham get the throw. Kulusevski lobs it to Porro, who takes the throw, gives it to Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Lo Celso. Back to Højbjerg again. To Lo Celso. Aston Villa have everyone behind the ball inside their own half, and Ange Postecoglou, as he was in the first half, just standing motionless, edge of the technical area, hands in pockets. Porro on the turn, well played. Johnson, cross, might fall to Son, doesn't quite. Hill lets it run across his body, turns, dummies the shot, wriggles into space down by the byline, can't get the cross in, bobbles it behind for a goal kick. The final touch from him, Clinton's not quite there.
No, it's not, but I think Brennan Johnson, when he gets into this position here, he's just got to flash that. He does the ball, just flash it across, and Son's got a tap in. He kind of pulls it behind everyone, but you're right. Hill on the left-hand side. It's just his final touch or final ball hasn't been good enough so far.
Aston Villa take the goal kick short. Emi Martinez in a hurry to play it to his left as Son came in to try and make the tackle. Ball from Pau Torres, intercepted on the halfway line by Pedro Porro, then knocked out of play by Yuri Tielemans, who's now in the game for Aston Villa, has not had the starts that he would have liked so far this season, but Unai Emery has made the double change here at half-time. Games coming thick and fast for these Premier League teams, but particularly a team like Villa, still in European competition. Kulusevski to Udogie. Udogie delays the pass, and his ankles clipped, picks himself to his feet, rolls it forward to Kulusevski, 30 yards out in a central position. Brennan Johnson gets it on the right, looks up, cross comes in, that's headed away by Torres. The ball bounces just outside the area. Højbjerg nods it to Johnson. Now back to Udogie. Udogie starts to creep forward. Villa get enough bodies around him. Louise plays it to McGinn. Oh, McGinn, lovely chip ball into so much space for Leon Bailey. Villa have got a 2-on-2 here. Tottenham defenders desperately trying to get back. Still Bailey, edge of the box, curling effort. Vicario palms it off the post and back to Vicario. It comes, and he's a lucky boy.
He's very lucky, to be fair. It's a great ball from John McGinn. And Bailey's one-on-one. He wants to come in on his left foot. They let him do, and he's lucky. It gets off the post and comes to him.
Tottenham fans unhappy, as you can hear. Tottenham were trying to bring the ball out of their own half. They felt that they should have had a free kick, not given. So Villa continue to attack, and Leon Bailey has started well. Villa could so easily be in the lead. That could so easily have come back off the inside of the post from the Bailey strike. It didn't, and it remains 1-1. Here's Pau Torres, goal scorer for Villa. Plays it wide to Luca Dean, and just as at the start of the game, I think both teams will be really fancying their chances of getting in behind these defences that they're facing to score more goals. Here's Konza. Konza plays it out to Bailey. Bailey from deep drives the ball across field. Luca Dean, I'm not sure was expecting that, but he has got to it. Porro comes in to block the cross, goes behind for a Villa corner. Porro's taken a knock in the face. Chelsea-Leicester in the WSL. Chris Coles.
A sixth goal of the afternoon. Chelsea 4, Leicester 2. Chelsea's control of the game returned through the prolific Lauren James. Through on goal. Lovely dinked finish. Chelsea 4, Leicester 2, an hour played.
Highlights of all the games tonight. BBC One 11:30 from midnight if you're watching in Scotland. We've got full commentary on Manchester City Tottenham in the WSL on Radio 5 Sports Extra. 6:45. Corner for Villa. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Tottenham 1, Villa 1 in the Premier League. Douglas Luiz holds his left arm in the air, runs to the ball, deep one with his right foot. Watkins is up, heads it back across the Tottenham goal. Lo Celso clears it on the volley. Kulusevski picks up, he reaches the halfway line. Emi Martinez desperately backpedaling. 2 Tottenham players charging forward into the box. Son making the run towards the near post, nearly caught by Diego Carlos. Back heels to Kulusevski. Oh, he nearly found Johnson. Cross right across the face of goal. Johnson threw himself at it at the far post and couldn't quite get the touch with his right boot. It could have been a thrilling goal for Tottenham, and end-to-end, having defended the corner. The ball's gone out for a Tottenham throw. McGinn's lost it. Højbjerg about to take it, stops himself, and then does so. Clinton.
That would have been some goal, that, because Kulusevski didn't have the pace to run Leon Bailey, but what he did, played an intelligent ball to Son. Great backheel from Son. Brennan Johnson just couldn't get out with play because it's a great ball from Kulusevski, but them front three, if Tottenham are going to win the game, it would be down to that front three.
Terry Venables very much in our thoughts today. That takes me back as well to that cross that went across the face of the Germany goal in the Euro 96 semi-final in extra time, and Gascoigne stretches and he gets his studs to it, but he just can't get enough on the ball. And Brennan Johnson was in a similar sort of position, just didn't quite get a boot to it. Tottenham 1, Villa 1. Porro plays back to Kulusevski just inside the Villa area on the right. Low pass across the face of the box to Udogie. Not enough on that. Villa can bring it away. Tielemans plays it to Kamara. Such an open game again at the start of the second half. Bailey trying to get away from Udogie for Villa. Slips of his own accord there. Lo Celso onto the ball. Suddenly Tottenham are pouring forward. Son's in space on the left-hand side. Lo Celso plays him in one-on-one with Carlos. Step over from Son. Carlos did well to get a foot on the ball. Son plays it to Brian Hill. Still inside the Villa area. Son's found again. Drives it. And Martinez makes the save and the offside flag's up.
He's offside, but you know what? He tries to go for goal. He should really square it for Brendan Johnson, but as you said, he was offside. But this game is end to end now. We're getting any more goals? I'll ask you the question now.
I think we are.
Exactly.
I think we've got to, haven't we?
We've got to. Come on, surely.
I mean, to be honest, the game is good enough without the
goal.
you're
right.
So exciting, isn't it?
You're right.
You just feel both of these defences, they're not wide open, but it's the way they play. They give the opposition opportunities to get in behind, and the 2 attacks on this pitch have the players to exploit that, don't they? Come on, you Spurs, ringing around the stadium. Tottenham 1, Villa 1. Dean plays it back to Pau Torres, who uses his goalkeeper. Kulusevski comes in. Martinez very calmly plays it to his right. Diego Carlos chips the ball into midfield. Ben Davies diving header forward, intercepts. Son to Kulusevski, who tries to get it back to him. Kamara reads the danger, controls the ball in the right back position, plays to Carlos. Carlos chips another ball out to the right, knocked infield to Tielemans. Tielemans just gets there first, nearly overruns it, but manages to stab it back to Carlos. Looks so casual with the ball at his feet. Great turn from McGinn, uses his body really well. Comes charging forward. Ollie Watkins is there for him if you can find him. Plays Watkins in, the angle's difficult. Watkins trips over his own feet there, picks himself back to his feet, still has the ball, but the chance has gone for now. Lays it off to Dean, uses Watkins again, just on the edge of the Tottenham box. Across it comes to Tielemans. Tielemans slides a pass in for Ezri Konsa. First touch a bit heavy. Udogie makes the tackle, and suddenly Tottenham immediately heads up, and they're looking to go from deep inside their own half. Udogie plays it infield to Lo Celso. It must be great fun to play in this one.
Oh, it's just end to end. It's great fun to watch. To play in it must be great fun. But you're right. Before that, McGinn done excellent. Used his body well. Watkins just looked like he got tackled by someone in the crowd.
Kulusevski wanted the ball, gets the ball, driven across by Højbjerg. Kulusevski takes it, moving on his chest, then runs into Luca Dean, wants a free kick. Referee's not interested, tells Kulusevski to get to his feet. McGinn plays it forward along the deck to Watkins, lays it off to Douglas Luiz, just outside his own penalty area, sees the space to the right, curls the ball beyond Konsa. Leon Bailey gives him a shout and says, I've got it, and we're back at walking pace inside the Villa half. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Tottenham 1, Villa 1. Luiz again, central position for Villa, across to Torres. Tottenham back off for now, and Torres just stands still and strokes a pass towards Tielemans. Now Tottenham are interested in Lo Celso, just pushes Tielemans over from behind. Villa get the free kick. Tielemans runs to the ball, stops it with his hand, takes it quickly with his right foot, and Kamara gets it out to Leon Bailey on the right. Bailey against Udogie, tries to take him on the outside, then on the inside, feels he was fouled. The referee's not going to give cheap ones like that. Didn't give it to Kulusevski, didn't give it to Bailey. Udogie down the line to Son. Son wide on the left, just over the halfway line. Sees Brian Hill in space. Brennan Johnson in the middle. Hill goes for the early cross. No one there at the far post. Brennan Johnson had made the run to the near post. It clears the penalty area. Kulusevski collects. Now this time he does beat Dean into the box. Half tackled by McGinn. It's played back to Porro. Porro to Højbjerg. Forward to Brennan Johnson. Here's the chance across to Son. Slides it in. He's offside. Son Heung-min is offside, and he points at the assistant referee and says, what, me?
I think it might be Brennan Johnson that's offside. I think he's put it up for him. I don't think the ball across to Son was, but we'll have a replay here out, and I think it is, it's Brennan Johnson that's offside. Brennan Johnson's offside. Good ball from Højbjerg. Yeah, it's not Son, it's Brennan Johnson that was offside.
Well called, well spotted. Clever little pass down that inside right channel. Johnson had drifted into space, but as we heard before the game, Aston Villa catch teams offside more than any other team in the Premier League. That one worked, and that is a big relief to them. Coming up to 14 minutes gone in the second half. Pau Torres turns in the left-back position for Villa. Kulusevski rather clumsily knocks him to the ground, and Aston Villa will get the free kick. It remains 1-1. Luca Dean's going to try and take that from about 10 yards further forward from where the foul was actually committed. Kulusevski wants a conversation with the referee about the decision. The referee's telling him to pipe down. Luca Dean is being told to take the ball a little further back. So Everton, Manchester United at 4:30. 6:06 tonight. Chris and Robbie taking the calls from 6:30 through until 8 o'clock. Plenty to talk about. It's been a fabulous weekend of Premier League football. Long ball over the top for Watkins to chase. Vicario's there for Tottenham. Diving header away. McGinn first time, 40 yards out in the half volley. Had to have a go. Difficult skill, and knocks it well wide and behind for the Tottenham goal kick.
Yeah, I think he has to go. Like, people are telling him to calm down, but I think he has to go. It's a poor header from Vicario. It's good keeper sweeping before that, but the header's poor, and McGinn's unlucky, to be fair.
Vicario's goal kick goes to Ben Davies. Ben Davies up the left to Brian Hill. Skills from Hill inside his own half, running away from Villa players, overhits the pass. Højbjerg slides in, does well for Tottenham. It runs to Porro. Porro to Kulusevski on the right. Hills continue to run in the inside right channel, lays it off to Kulusevski, nearly gets away from Douglas Luiz. Dean gets a foot on the ball, plays it to McGinn. He's so strong on the ball, John McGinn. He holds players off as he plays it to Dean again. Dean's got 3 white shirts around him. All he can do there is knock it into the body of Højbjerg, and it goes out for a throw-in to Villa, just beyond the halfway line on the left. European football on the way this week. Tuesday night, our commentary game in the Champions League. Big one for Newcastle away to Paris Saint-Germain. And then we've got back-to-back commentaries in the Champions League on Wednesday from Istanbul. 5:45 kickoff. Galatasaray against Manchester United. Bayern Munich well clear in that group. The other three teams scrapping it out as Villa come forward. Here's Watkins! Oh, he scores! Plays the 1-2 with Tielemans, and the finish is perfectly rolled into the bottom corner. Vicario stretches and can't get there. Ollie Watkins having the season of his life. He puts Villa in front. It's Tottenham 1, Villa 2.
It's a great goal. You know why it's a great goal, Al? Because he's the one who drops off the centre-backs. Royal and Davis don't go with him. Good little 1-2 with Tielemans. If he takes another touch, it gets blocked. But as soon as he takes that first touch, he gets the shot away. And he beats the defender and beats Vicario. Brilliant goal from Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins scores at the end where the Villa fans are situated, and the celebration run takes him right there. All his teammates come to join him. And Clinton, what's so interesting about that finish is it's not hit with real power, but it's hit so quickly after the first touch.
That's it now. So you're spot on. So where he's had the touch, he's hit it instantly. The goalie's not set, so he's got no time to set Vicario. And even though it's not got great power, it's because he's hit it instantly. He can't move his feet and adjust. Brilliant goal from Ollie Watkins.
Tottenham 1, Villa 2. Villa win the game. They go above Tottenham in the Premier League. They move into the top 4. Tottenham led against Chelsea in that crazy topsy-turvy game they eventually lost. They led against Wolves in their last game, lost that with 2 goals in added time at the end of the game, and led in this game as well, and now trail Aston Villa by 2 goals to 1. Not a habit they want to be getting into, but still plenty of time for them to try and get back into this game, and chances are coming thick and fast for both teams. Ollie Watkins with a fabulous goal, his 12th of the season, his 7th in the Premier League. Emerson Royal is fouled, he's caught by Watkins, and that'll be a free kick for Tottenham inside their own half. Next break in play, we'll take you up to Goodison Park and we'll bring you the team news ahead of our second commentary, which is Everton against Manchester United. Aston Villa fans in full voice at the moment. Their team, who've not been as good away from home this season, leading Tottenham by 2 goals to 1. Tottenham on the front foot again. Brennan Johnson muscled off it by John McGinn, keeps the ball between his legs on the floor, picks himself up, then loses it. Dean plays it forward to Tielemans. Højbjerg in with an important challenge. Lo Celso, 35 yards out, just lays the ball into the path of Udogie. Hill wants it knocked towards him. Udogie just lost control there. Douglas Luiz clears down the right. Villa will get chances on the counter-attack now in this second half, with Tottenham chasing the game, but that pass is overhit and Ben Davies turns and collects it inside his own half. Fabulous nutmeg from Lo Celso, feeds Son in the inside left channel, cross comes in, it wasn't properly hit. He's better than that.
He's better than that. He's got loads of time out, and he is better than that, Son, because his ability, he should just go 1-on-1 with Carlos, and I think if he squares him up, he gets his shot away.
Porro.
I had to say that. That's a Chris Sutton saying, isn't it?
It is.
That's where I've got it from.
I'm sure you'll be hearing it later on in 6:06 tonight as well, after the Everton-Manchester United commentary. Tottenham still on the ball inside the Villa half. Hill plays back to Ben Davies. Davies, the entire Villa team in front of him, fires a quick pass out to Hill. Now makes its way to Porro, right in the middle of the Villa half. There's not enough on that to try and get Kulusevski in on the right. Luka Dean races to the ball, takes it past Kulusevski, chips one down the right, and Tottenham will get a throw in an attacking position here. And Porro takes that quickly, and he takes it to Emerson Royal. Royal shuffling forward, lays it off to Porro. Porro's path down the right is blocked by McGinn. It comes back to Højbjerg. Højbjerg across the Tottenham midfield to Lo Celso. Lo Celso's curling ball is a nice one, picks out Kulusevski, bouncing one, takes it on his chest, step over, tries to run past McGinn, beats McGinn, challenge comes in from Dean. Kulusevski thinks he was caught, the referee says the ball was taken. Kulusevski stays down, McGinn drives a clearance into the Villa midfield. Tielemans is there to control it, plays it back to Konza. Kulusevski still down here, prostrate on the turf inside the Villa penalty area, not a head injury. Play continues. Aston Villa on the ball. What are they going to do? Are they going to keep playing, or is Diego Carlos going to knock the ball out of play? He is, as Kulusevski now gets to his feet. It gives us a chance finally to get to Goodison Park. John Murray can bring us the team news. John.
Well, 10-point deduction for Everton, just the one team change, and that is Idrissa Gueye in for the injured Onana. Manchester United, though, do have their Onana. The goalkeeper is fit to play, but the other big headlines, Rasmus Højlund has not made it, so Martial plays up front. Luke Shaw returns. He's in the team after 3 months out. Reguilon among the subs, and with Eriksen on the long injured list. There's no Anthony today either, by the way. A full league debut in midfield for 18-year-old Kobbie Mainoo. What a day, what a place to make his first Premier League start for Manchester United for Kobbie Mainoo.
OK, John, thank you. Commentary at 4:30, John Murray and Leon Osman. We had a penalty check going on with the video assistant referee and his team at Stockley Park while John was giving us the team news there. That was the challenge by Dean on Kulusevski, but players back underway, no penalty. You happy with that decision, Clinton Morrison?
Yeah, do you know why? It's a bit like Camera's one where he gets the ball and then it's his follow through out, but he catches him on the top. So it's a hard one because you've seen them give them before, but I think if the ref don't give it, that's why VAR have not overruled it.
Lo Celso for Tottenham. They're trailing Aston Villa by 2-1. We're midway through the second half of a roller coaster game of Premier League football, and both teams just going to keep going at it all the way through. Here's Hill to Højbjerg. First touch is loose. Bailey's giving it back to him. Hill takes it away from Bailey. Good run. Gliding past defenders, cross comes in towards Son. Torres half makes a challenge on him, might fall for the volley. Porro! And Martinez throws himself to his right to pour it behind for a corner. He didn't catch it cleanly, but it was an awkward one for Martinez to try and save.
Yeah, he didn't, and I think that's what made it difficult. He might have been wrong-footed, but good play from Hill down that left-hand side. But yeah, he doesn't catch it sweetly. But I think it's just going wide anyway. But good save from Martinez.
Yeah, he definitely couldn't be sure there. So Martinez had to throw himself. It was one of those spinning volleys. You volley it into the ground and then the ball gains momentum off the turf. Corner for Tottenham. Comes in from the left. Header from Ben Davies over the bar, 4 yards out. What a chance.
He's got to do more. Once you get up there, Ben Davies, you've got to hit the target. It's a great opportunity. I think he's above. He's above Carlos, because Carlos is at a standstill. He gets a run on it. It's a great chance from Ben Davies. Should be hitting the target.
So many chances in this game at either end of the pitch. Disallowed goals as well. Villa lead Tottenham by 2-1. Match of the day tonight. Match of the day 2. BBC One at 10:30. Tottenham fans giving Emi Martinez stick and trying to encourage the referee to tell the Villa goalkeeper to get on with things. Brian Hill, surrounded by Villa players, has just stumbled to the floor. Tielemans, good ball through for Watkins. Vicario's out, just gets there, slides in, makes good contact with the ball, and out it goes for a throw.
Yeah, he just hesitated, Ollie Watkins, when he was going through.
Bailey. Sorry.
No, Clinton. Sorry for me. I shouldn't cut you off.
Kamara's trip. That's got to be a free kick, 25 yards out. Problem with this game, there's no time for you to come in.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to get involved in case there was a chance, mate. But I think he just hesitated. But good goalkeeping from Vicario. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, Al.
No. No need to apologise. Kamara's tripped. Villa free kick. Wonderful shooting position because it's far enough away, I think, for the taker to think, right, I can get this up and down. Douglas Luiz will fancy it. Leon Bailey certainly fancies it as well.
Yeah. He's good at set pieces, Douglas Luiz, so he'll probably be. And they've got a set piece guy. You can see him down there.
Oh, yeah.
He's telling them what to do. I forgot his name, but I do know. We have spoke to him before.
Just thinking as well, Luca Dean is having a chat to Douglas Luiz.
Yes.
Please let me take it. Please let me take it. I'm really good with these on the left foot. And Leon Bailey sort of nodding and agreeing. So goodness knows what's going to happen.
Leon
here.
Bailey's going to probably be the last to take it. He's a decoy. It's out of Douglas Luiz and Luca Dean. Because you have seen Dean at his time at Everton, even at Villa, put this in the top corner.
Vicario lining up that white-shirted Tottenham wall with real geometrical precision. And the difficulty for the goalkeeper is it could be such a different strike. It's the left foot of Dean or the right foot of Luiz. They could go for either corner. It's not quite centre, it's just right of centre as Villa attack this goal away to our left. 20 minutes to play. They lead 2-1. This could be the killer blow. Dean curls it, Vicario saves it. Full stretch to his left, palms it behind. That's a Villa corner.
Yeah, it's a good save. I don't think there's enough pace on it. That's why Vicario, because he does give himself a lot to do, but yeah, it's a good save from Vicario.
Aston Villa fans roar their approval as Luca Dean comes walking over to this corner flag. 5 Live and BBC Sounds live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, taking you to Goodison Park this evening as well for Everton against Manchester United, and some cracking Premier League commentaries coming your way next weekend as well. 20 minutes to go. Luca Dean gets ready to take the corner in those banana yellow boots. Right arm in the air with his left foot, whips that into the near post. Watkins head it, just wide. I think Watkins thought as he left his forehead that was going to creep into the far corner.
I did as well. I literally did. He gets a run on it, and I think he just gets there ahead of Diego Carlos, and it just goes wide of the post. It's a good opportunity. It's inches wide.
Inches wide, right. Here's a change for Tottenham. Oliver Skipp is going to come into the Tottenham midfield, and Brian Hill is taken off. Brennan Johnson goes wide left, Kulusevski plays wide right, Son through the middle, and Skip will help Lo Celso in central midfield.
Probably more defensive, but I think Hill hasn't played a lot of football matches,
That's right.
has he?
Lovely touch from Son, little back heel into the path of Lo Celso. Lo Celso turns back into his own half and he's trying to run away from Kamara here, and the pass through is cut out, and McGinn now and Villa are going to be so dangerous on the counter-attack. Here's Tielemans playing it into Leon Bailey. Bailey into the Tottenham penalty area, step over, shot is blocked, comes back to Tielemans on the edge of the box. McGinn is calling for it. Tielemans is able to turn, Lo Celso gets a foot in and clears it to Brennan Johnson. Lo Celso wants to play a 1-2 with Johnson. Johnson was never going to get to that ball. Villa coming on the attack again. Tielemans doesn't mind striking them from range either. Famously scored the goal that won Leicester City the FA Cup, amongst many others, for his former club, as Pau Torres plays it to his left. Tottenham at the moment facing a third defeat in a row, having gone unbeaten in the first 10 games of this season, all changed in that home game against Chelsea, losing players to injury and suspension. But plenty of time left in this game. Aston Villa just trying to take the sting out of it at the moment, and finding space here with Tielemans, who plays it out to Leon Bailey. Bailey wide on the right for Villa, level with the edge of the Tottenham box, not interested in attacking the doggy there, just plays back to Konza, to Kamara, forward to Tielemans, Tielemans to Bailey. Bailey's first time ball is intercepted. Davis finds Højbjerg forward to Son, and Son now in that inside left channel, speeding towards the Villa penalty area, into the box, lays it into the path here, and Porro, who stabs it, Brennan Johnson at goal, he couldn't finish it. Saved by Martinez, comes back to Kulusevski back to Højbjerg! Oh, tipped round the post by Martinez. Wonderful curling effort from Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who applauds the Villa goalkeeper for the save.
Yeah, it's the save from Brennan Johnson's the one for me, Al. It's brilliant because it's good play between Son and Brennan Johnson, and he toe pokes it and he saves it, and then the other save is outstanding as well. That's why he's a top goalkeeper.
He's a World Cup winner. Yeah, Emi Martinez. Remember the save he made right at the end of that World Cup final. Porro, low corner, that's poor, straight at Leon Bailey. You could see what he was trying to do, but Villa were wise to it. Now here's Bailey on the ball inside his own half, up against Udogie. Tottenham trying to get bodies back, and Bailey really good on the ball. Just flicks a little back-heeled sweep to Dean, played into Kamara in midfield. Villa sort of controlling it at the moment. Tottenham feel quite urgent and desperate and chasing the game a bit, even though there is well over 15 minutes to play. Tottenham 1, Villa 2. I think Villa are just sort of patiently sitting there waiting, Clinton.
They are
waiting.
Just pick them off. They are waiting. They were open there. I don't think Unai Emery was happy with that one.
McGinn, pass out to the left to Dean. Dean, low first time cross into the box, finds Ollie Watkins back to the Tottenham goal. Tackled here by Kulusevski, who immediately gets the ball back from Ollie Skip, and Kulusevski streaking forward. Luiz tries to knock him over. Kulusevski holds him off. Great strength, great skill. Still going into the box. Hits the shot straight at Martinez, who pats it down and falls on it at the near post.
It's brilliant strength from Kulusevski. He leans on Douglas Luiz and says, no, you're not doing it. It's a great run. I just think he runs out of legs because he's picked it up from his own half. But they are creating chances, Tottenham, at the moment.
Unai Emery,
calm
he's
down,
flapping the arms with the palms to the floor. Just calm down. We're in the lead here. Hold on to it. Emi Martinez eventually holds on to it for as long as he thinks he can. Bowls it out to Luca Dean. Dean is tackled by Kulusevski. Dean is then lying on top of the ball. Kulusevski's trying to get it. It's not out of play. Oh, Dean's been clever there. Just flicked it down the line. Off Porro's boot and out for a Villa throw. 15 minutes to go. Tottenham 1, Villa 2, and Villa heading into the top 4 with a win here away at Tottenham, having been a goal behind. What's the ref not happy with here? That's another foul throw, is it?
Yeah, it's because you told him where to take it from and he took 4 or 5 yard paces forward. So
I've seen 3 this weekend. Honestly, it's like London buses. Throw in for Porro to Ollie Skip. I mean, the option's so limited now for Ange Postecoglou on the bench. Young centre forward called Jamie Donnelly, 18-year-old. In terms of an attacking substitute, 2 goalkeepers, Eric Dyer and a centre-back in Alfie Dorrington. That's all he's got. Ball down the left here to Brennan Johnson. These Tottenham players are just going to have to keep going right to the end. Johnson back to Udogie. Corner of the Villa penalty area on the left as Tottenham attack this goal away to our right. Højbjerg, diagonal lofted ball. Kulusevski backpedals, brings it down on his chest. Dean closes the space down between them. Kulusevski takes it past him, making space for himself, edge of the box. Dean gets a foot in, played back by Tielemans to Torres, and Torres just a bit overeager with the pass, hits it beyond Bailey into the Tottenham half, And here's Ben Davies, and Unai Emery desperate to get his team on the up now. The palms have turned upwards now, and now he's waving them up in the air, so I'm not entirely sure what that means. Udogie. Come on, you Spurs. Inside the stadium. Udogie's cross. No, Son won't get there. Ooh, Torres chests it back to Martinez.
Let me tell you something. It's a great ball. Kulusevski, Skip, they have to get in the box. You can't put a ball in the 6-yard box where centre-half can chest it back to the goalkeeper. You're losing the game, Tottenham. You have to get bodies in the box.
Aston Villa have won 7 of their last 9 games in all competitions. Looking to make it 8 in 10. Martinez clears on the volley. Udogie too strong for Bailey. Wins the header. Johnson knocks it back to Ben Davies. Davies plays across his own half to Emerson Royal. Royal, good meaty pass low to Kulusevski. Early ball to Skip. Has Skip got the pace to keep this in? No. Sliding into the hoardings. He desperately tried to get a foot on that. Almost took out the ball boy actually behind that byline. Goal kick Aston Villa.
You know what? For Kulusevski, it's not a hard pass as well, Ali, for his ability. But if they're going to get back in this game, it is him down the right-hand side is causing a lot of problems.
Goal kick Villa. Son's complaining this is taking too long. He's made his point to the referee. The referee's nodded. Emi Martinez has waved his defenders away. 13 minutes to play plus added time. Tottenham 1, Villa 2. Eventually Martinez smashes the ball downfield with his right foot. Watkins heads it forward. At the moment his goal is winning this game. Oh, blimey. Emerson Royal asking a bit of Vicario. Took the ball down well on his chest. Manchester United's women have won 2-0 away to Bristol City in the WSL today. Arsenal leading West Ham 3-0. Chelsea 4, Leicester 2 is the latest. So is Liverpool 3, Brighton 0. Hojbjerg, ball over the top. Son running down the middle. That's curling away from him. Carlos has it covered for Villa. Back heel from Konza into Johnson, but the ball eventually came off Konza, out for the Tottenham throw. Johnson takes it quickly to Lo Celso. Johnson back to Lo Celso. Lays it off to Udogie. Udogie to Hojbjerg. Hojbjerg sees Porro in space. Central position. 30 yards out. Just side foots a pass back to Emerson Royal. Royal thought about
give him the ball.
What, to Kulusevski?
Yeah, give him the ball,
late.
Emerson Royal. You're taking too long. You just basically go into his space.
Royal plays back to Ben Davies. Straight ball to Lo Celso. Middle of the Villa half. Lofts it out to Brennan Johnson. Takes it down on the chest. Bailey in front of him for Villa. Back it comes to Hojbjerg. Hojbjerg slides one through to Lo Celso. Surrounded by claret and blue. It breaks for Brennan Johnson. Cross in. No, that won't reach Son. Defended for now. Kamara clears on the volley. Here's the danger from Villa on the counter. Tielemans slides a pass into the path of Douglas Luiz. Luiz onto Watkins inside the Tottenham half. Some tired Tottenham legs come running back to do the defending. Watkins plays back to McGinn. And here's Kamara, long way out, thought about the shot. Tottenham defenders backing off. Plays it to Bailey. Villa potentially looking for the goal that could seal a third away win of the season. Tottenham now have the men back in numbers, and it's slow at the moment from Villa. Patient from Konza. Chip ball from Douglas Luiz. Back heel clearance from Udogie. How about that on the volley? And that runs to Porro. Porro lays it off to Lo Celso. Lo Celso wants to fire a ball into the Villa half. No one was making the run. Eventually he wins a throw.
Yeah, a lot of tired legs out there, you can see, because he's obviously looking for someone, and there's no runners there, but there is a lot of tired legs.
Douglas Luiz prods one over the top. Ollie Watkins will get to that. Royal comes across to try and cover. Watkins controls, lays it back to Bailey, hits it first time into the back of Ollie's skip. Nodded down by Udogie, fired forward to Brennan Johnson, who's got the freedom of the Villa half. Brennan Johnson collects on the left-hand side. Tottenham fans getting excited. Johnson making tracks into the Villa box. Step over and then over hits the cross way over the bar. Wasted opportunity, goal kick Villa.
He looked poor. He looked tired. Because when you're seeing him, usually he's one-on-one and he can take him on. Everything he's done in that movement looked really tired from Brennan Johnson. It's a great opportunity.
Aston Villa defender down. Diego Carlos just back into action for them, flat on his back. So players stop for now. Aberdeen 1, Rangers 1. Full-time score in the Scottish Premiership today. Celtic now lead Rangers by 8 points at the top of the Scottish Premiership. Diego Carlos slowly getting to his feet. Kulusevski's just run to the sidelines to get some instructions from the boss Ange Postecoglou. 10 minutes to go. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Everton, Manchester United on the way. Villa at the moment leading Tottenham by 2-1. Whistles and jeers start up again. Emi Martinez will just be totally oblivious to that. Clears with his right foot. Watkins heads it to his right. Tielemans on the ball for Villa. Bailey making a good run beyond Udogie. Udogie gets a foot in. Who touched? Oh, it must have been Bailey then.
Yeah, but even if he did touch it, I don't think it's deliberate. So I don't think they'd give that for that.
Went back to Vicario. Vicario picked it up, and that's why I was questioning it, because it could have been a back pass. Tottenham had given it away. Here's a chance for Villa. Douglas Luiz. Kamara's shot. Vicario palms it away to his right. Who's going to get to the rebound? John McGinn's there first. Porro's in front of him down by the byline. Chip cross. Header. Oh, how's he missed that?
Oh, wow.
2 yards out. Ollie Watkins jumps. Ben Davies jumped with him. Watkins wants a penalty. He's headed it wide from 2 yards out, and he's going to get booked for his complaints that he hasn't got the decision. But he's insistent that Ben Davies has fouled him, which is why he's not been able to nod that in.
Oh, wow. I don't... It's not a foul. And the only thing he can be complaining that he thinks it come off Ben Davies and it's a corner, why he's missed it from there. And that's the only thing, because it's not a foul. It's come off Ben Davies. It's a header and it's come off Ben Davies. So he wants a corner. I think that's why he's moaning and wants a corner.
Yeah, and I beg your pardon, Ollie Watkins. I now know how you missed that. Your header was on target and somehow Davies got his head in the way. That is how that chance was missed. So it's still only 2-1. Last 10 minutes. Udogie out wide to Brennan Johnson. Tottenham fans still believe here. Brennan Johnson, bit of pace, takes him away down the left from Bailey, feeds the pass to Udogie. Udogie with the cutback here. Villa body's in the way, it's not behind, and it goes out for a corner to Tottenham. 8 minutes to go, plus added time. I tell you what, value for money watching.
Oh, definitely. There's another goal in this hour. I don't know who he's going to go to, but there is another goal.
I'll tell you that. That's a risky prediction.
It is a risky one.
Not too long left, but Clinton feels there's another goal. Well, you'll certainly hear about it if it goes in from this corner. Comes in. No, it doesn't come in, because there's a Villa player, John McGinn, down on the turf inside the penalty area. Referee spotted it before the corner was taken, so blows his whistle. The corner will get retaken. Tottenham 1, Villa 2. Stadium falls silent. Expectant hush. Pedro Porro will deliver with his right foot. Here it comes, swinging to the far post, not a good one. Martinez, easy catch on the goal line for him. In the WSL, another goal in the game between Chelsea and Leicester. Chris Coles.
A fifth for Chelsea, the points secure if they weren't already. Aggie Beaver-Jones off the bench to score in her 5th consecutive game. Header into the bottom corner. Chelsea 5, Leicester 2, 90 minutes on the clock.
Chelsea moving to 22 points. Arsenal leading West Ham 3-0. They'll be on 19 points. Manchester City commentary game on Radio 5 Sports Extra at home to Tottenham will start that game on 13 points. Manchester United, with their win, have moved above them to 15 points. They beat Bristol City by 2-0 in the lunchtime kickoff in the WSL. Hotspur on the ball for Tottenham. Through to Porro. First time layoff to Son. Son pushes a pass into the path of Kulusevski. Keeps it in down by the byline. Dean in front of him. Kulusevski looking for a pass. Rolls it back to Skip. Skip to Kulusevski. Kulusevski prods it forward to Skip. Skip with a dink ball to the far post. It was almost right, just beyond Brennan Johnson, who has to turn, but he does keep it in. Wide on the left for Tottenham. Back it comes to Ben Davies. One touch for him just outside the area. Curling ball again towards the far post, the other side of the box. It's beyond Kulusevski. Kulusevski is able to get there. Kulusevski plays it back to Hotspur. Skip makes a little run down the inside right channel, but it comes across to Porro. Back to Royal. Royal not quite sure what to do. 35 yards out, across to Ben Davies. Davies wide to Johnson on the left. Johnson's cross into the box again towards the far post. Kulusevski will get there, just about keeps it in. Dean comes in with the challenge. Kulusevski, little flip from Lascelles. Oh, driven shot off the post. Son taps it away, it's offside. Porro's shot came flying back off the post. Son, quick as a flash. The reactions were incredible from Son to stick that in, but the flag goes up.
Yeah, it's good play again from Tottenham. Kulusevski and Porro, you're thinking his shot's going in, and Son is standing in an offside position now. I think he is, so I think the linesman gets it spot on. I'm gonna watch the replay here. It's a goal. Oh, that's tight. That is tight, because I think Luca Digne might be, like, his boot might be playing him onside.
Well, let's wait. Let's see. The referee.
No, is he said it?
I think they're happy. Referee saying, well, hang on, we're going to get a change first of all. Young Tottenham striker is coming on. Alejo Veliz, the 20-year-old Argentine, who could possibly try and write some headlines for Tottenham this afternoon. Giovanni Lo Celso, fellow Argentine, makes way. Good shift from him today.
Yeah, but look, he's still putting his hand up, the ref. His play on. Yeah, they must have seen enough.
Son had a goal disallowed for offside in the first half.
Yeah.
Had that one
Why has he got his hand?
There was another one, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the goal, but he's had a hat-trick of offside goals.
One disallowed there.
The curler. Hang on a second. Royal under pressure from Watkins.
This offside one just here.
And there was another offside one. Yeah, there was another offside one. But there's been so much gone on in the game, Clinton. I tell you what I'm going to have to do is watch Match of the Day 2 tonight.
Definitely.
Tielemans, blimey, robustly challenged on the edge of the box. Kamara chips the ball into the Tottenham area. Udogie stretches, chests it back. 5 minutes left plus added time. What a game it's been on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Let's hope Everton, Manchester United can match it. Driven a long ball forward. Son won't get to that one. Martinez controls it and flicks it into the arms, his own arms, picks it up and plays the ball forward to Tielemans. Tielemans across here to McGinn. McGinn goes wide to Dean. Ball at Dean's feet, wide on the left. Cross comes in, dealt with by Ben Davis, and it's out towards Kulusevski. Tottenham fans urging him forward, up towards Son. Son tries to hold off Pau Torres. Kulusevski follows up. Villa get enough bodies in the way. John McGinn takes control on the halfway line. Some tired-looking Tottenham players out there at the moment. Son Heung-min, of course, international break, scoring goals for South Korea. They're playing 90 minutes in both games. Villa closing in on the win. 3 minutes plus added time to go. Dean, low pass back into the Villa penalty area, picked up by Emi Martinez. Martinez passes out to Torres in the left back position. That's beyond Dean. It was the right pass. There was too much on it. Here's Royal up towards Porro. Royal just gets it ahead of Watkins. Now there's space for him to work with. Looks to his right, continues a run as well, Emerson Royal. Kulusevski has it, coming up to the corner of the box, gets past Douglas Luiz. Luca Dean is there. Support from Royal wide on the right. Royal plays it back to Højbjerg. Højbjerg for Tottenham. 88th minute of the game. Tottenham 1, Villa 2. Here's Udogie. Udogie across to Skip. Skip to Højbjerg. Højbjerg forward to the edge of the box. Son is able to turn, play it back into the path of Højbjerg in the area. Just looks a bit awkward for him there. He just couldn't get the ball out from underneath his feet. Villa clear away to the left. Douglas Luiz keeps it in play, chips it forward. Oh, it's brilliant from McGinn. Flicks it over his shoulder, and now Villa potentially with the chance to seal it. Coming forward at pace, attacking Tottenham. Tielemans into the feet of Leon Bailey. Bailey moves inside Udogie, edge of the area, dummies the shot, but it runs to Tielemans. Tielemans back to Douglas Luiz. Little scoop passes beyond
offside,
Bailey.
He's offside.
Will the flag go up? Well spotted, Clinton.
Bailey comes on and instead of looking for his teammates, always trying to get a goal, and that could hurt Villa. He's just got to pick the right pass there.
Oh, I tell you, I've just remembered the other Son offside one. Brennan Johnson was offside, and he flicked the cross across to him, and Son had the open goal, so it was Johnson who was offside.
Johnson, yeah.
So he could have had a hat-trick this afternoon, but they were all offside. And all absolutely bang on, as they should be, with the technology we have today. 89th minute of the game. Tottenham took the lead in the first half through Lo Celso. Pau Torres with the header just before half-time, and Ollie Watkins, lovely touch and finish. Looks like it might be winning this game for Aston Villa, and they could be moving into the top 4. Tottenham fans getting impatient now, not long left. Tottenham knocking it around on the halfway line, but Villa have closed off all the spaces. Here's Porro. Porro to Kulusevski. Skip's making a run forward. Son's hanging a little bit deeper here for Tottenham. Kulusevski dances away from Douglas Luiz. Still go, terrible challenge from Douglas Luiz, and that gives Tottenham a free kick exactly where they want one, because that's about 22 yards out to the right of centre. Chance for a shot on goal, Clinton.
Yeah, he's a player, Kulusevski, by the way. He's been good in his second half, but yeah, it's in a dangerous position.
Arsenal 3, West Ham 0, full time in the WSL. Liverpool 4, Brighton 0, full time as well. And at the moment it's Chelsea 5, Leicester 2. That is heading towards the full-time whistle. Right, free kick now. Doesn't look like it will be a strike on goal unless Porro's going to fool me here. This looks like it might be a ball to attack at the far post.
I think you're right, Al, because his body shape here is not saying that he's going to beat Martinez from there. No. So he's going to whip this into a dangerous error.
Emi Martinez has a two-man wall. Are we going to get some late drama? 6 minutes of added time at the end of the game. Villa leading 2-1. It is a curling cross from Porro to the far post. It beats everyone and runs out of play, and that's a bit feeble from Tottenham. Goal kick for Villa. Now Tottenham immediately throw the replacement ball back on the field. Tielemans and Martinez pretend they haven't seen it. Diego Carlos knocks it to the other side of the 6-yard box. It's classic. time-wasting techniques. I mean, Tottenham would do it if they were ahead. Emi Martinez needs a drink, Clinton.
Yeah,
First he worked that.
I think they're making subs in.
They are as well. Good point, fair enough. Fair enough. Right, Ollie Watkins is coming off. John Duran is coming on, who's got the occasional chance this season, the 19-year-old Colombian striker. And Jacob Ramsey back from a foot injury. Good to see him back for Aston Villa.
And John McGinn is coming off here. Yeah,
John McGinn. John McGinn coming off for Jacob Ramsey. Chelsea have beaten Leicester by 5-2. So they are still top of the WSL, 3 points ahead of Arsenal. Full commentary on Manchester City Tottenham in the WSL on Sports Extra from 6:45 this evening, to be followed by our NFL coverage, the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Football Daily podcast will be a very good listen for you. Later tonight, tomorrow morning, available via the BBC Sounds app. Just search for the Football Daily podcast and click subscribe. Neda Manua will be part of that as always. Ben Haynes hosting, saw him here at Tottenham today. Jacob Ramsey's run the ball out of play. So we've played a minute and a half of 6 minutes of added time, 4.5 minutes to go. I think the Tottenham fans will absolutely love the shift the team has put in today and the football they've played, but it does look like it might end in another defeat.
Yeah, it missed chances though, especially in that first half. They missed a lot of chances.
Yeah, both teams guilty, but Tottenham, yes, particularly. Here they come, looking for a late equaliser, added time. Ball back to Royal. Royal measured past the skip, tries to hold off Douglas Luiz. Wide to Porro. Porro flicks it out of play and then pretends he didn't get the last touch. The assistant referees not falling for that. 4 minutes of added time to go. Luca Dean wraps the ball up in his shirt, the bright yellow winter match ball in the Premier League. Just slowly paces his way down the left-hand touchline, and this is where Villa are going to make it frustrating for Tottenham. Tottenham have won it, though, inside the Villa half. Here's Højbjerg. Forward to Valise. Now, Valise was caught late by Pau Torres. Another free kick for Tottenham in a similar position from the one where we saw Porro just try and kill that cross into the far post. Bit rash from Torres with the challenge, do you think?
Yeah, it was rash. There's no need. And Son said to Porro, no, I saw your last one. I'm not letting you take this. Oh, he's letting him take it, to be fair.
He's just saying, take a better one.
Yeah, take a better one.
Find me in the middle. Give it to the skipper. It's going to be the same thing. Two-man wall again for Emi Martinez. Free kick in the inside right channel. 3 minutes to play in the game. Villa leading 2-1. Porro's free kick into the box, headed up in the air. Brennan Johnson controls it on the right foot volley, but he's forced out wide left and he's up against Tielemans. Tielemans gets a foot in on the challenge and then falls on top of Johnson, and free kick goes to Tottenham, so another chance to get a cross in. This one for Porro from a better position because it's wide on the left.
Yeah, and he can swing it into the goal. He just has to be careful that Martinez not too close to him because he's been outstanding, made some big saves.
Another Villa player down on his back. That's Diego Carlos again, flat on his back inside the Villa penalty area. So 2.5 minutes to go, but we're going to go a bit longer than that as well.
He needs to get on with it for his team. He was down before. Like, he just needs to get on with it because it's their time.
Emi Martinez just positioning his one-man wall, Leon Bailey, and telling him to be brave. Bailey was facing him and then he said turn round, and then he put his hands in front of his where it would really hurt if the ball hit you, as if to say that's what you got to do, that's how you go in the wall. And Bailey's thinking, well, it's all right for you, you're standing on the goal line. Free kick for Tottenham, trailing 2-1. Porro's delivery at pace into the near post, well defended by Villa, headed away, hits the corner flag and goes out for a Tottenham corner. Porro sprints across to take it. 2 minutes to play. I think we're going to get a little bit more than that. Set piece coach again for Aston Villa out, barking the instructions across the field. Porro's corner, flick to the far post, Son can't get there. Royal was up, glanced the header on across the face of goal. Oh, and another corner's been given and Aston Villa can't believe it.
Yeah, it must have come off Aston Villa head. That's the only thing I can think of, because I didn't know Son kept it in at the back post.
Yeah, Son was stretching, couldn't quite get there. Tottenham get another chance, just over a minute to play. Trailing by 2-1. Kulusevski with this corner with his left boot. Martinez comes, good goalkeeping over the top of loads of players. Lands awkwardly, he's hurt his back. Tottenham fans think he's putting that on. So we're going to get more of a delay at the end of the game, but Aston Villa very nearly have got across the line. And if they do end up winning the game, Clinton, credit to them as well.
Yeah, and him, he made two big saves from Brennan Johnson and Højbjerg in a period of the game where Tottenham were pushing. So two really big saves from him.
As it stands, Aston Villa ahead of European football this week and moving into the top four of the Premier League table above Tottenham. Tottenham heading for a third defeat in a row. Porro's header forward. The ball drops inside the Tottenham half. We're into the last minute of added time, the minimum amount of added time that should have been added. Tielemans plays a pass back to his goalkeeper. Martinez alert, gets there first before the young striker Valise for Tottenham. Ben Davies nods it forward inside his own half. Højbjerg flicks on. Tielemans volley pass hits the back of the referee. That breaks it up. Means Villa get the ball again. They'll be very happy with that. Referee says, yep, come on, let's get on with it. I'll drop it at your feet. Let's keep going. He's had the first look at his watch. I think the Tottenham fans now are losing a bit of belief because Villa have got the ball. Konza chips it down the right. What's Leon Bailey doing?
Because I think he's offside.
Oh, right, jogging towards the ball. Well, the flag stayed down.
So I don't know why he did jog, about 40 feet he was offside.
Bailey's keeping hold of it for Villa. He's done well. Doggy makes the tackle, flicks it out of play for a throw. 6 minutes of added time are up. Villa fans waiting to explode with joy. Unai Emery's not counting his chickens just yet. Intense look of concentration on his face. Could be a third away win of the season. One at Burnley, one at Chelsea. Is it going to be a win at Tottenham? Clearance down the line towards Tielemans. Ball's pinging around like in a pinball machine. Eventually drops edge of the box and Leon Bailey tries something spectacular from the corner of the box and it's dragged well wide. Villa fans baying for the full-time whistle. Played almost 7 minutes of added time. Referees telling them to get on with it. Tottenham coming on with Royal. Oh, he's overrun it. Sliding challenge on him. That could be Tottenham's last chance. Good sliding challenge as well from John Duran. Tries to play the ball infield. Douglas Luiz onto the ball. Villa just need to keep it now. That's what Luiz is doing deep inside Tottenham territory. Goes wide to Duran. Duran takes it down to the corner flag wide on the left. Porro jumps in with the challenge, concedes a free kick. And Villa have just about done their job.
Yeah, he did. It's silly from Porro. It's very silly. He doesn't need to make that tackle. I know it's pure frustration. And that's the final whistle, I think.
Aston Villa fans celebrate, so do the players on the field. A third defeat in a row for Tottenham Hotspur. A much depleted Tottenham team. They took the lead in the first half through Giovanni Lo Celso. They lost Bentancur through injury, conceded late in the first half. Ollie Watkins pops up with the winner for Villa, and Clinton Morrison, they're in the top four.
No, they are, and Stephen Warnock said it at the start of the season. He thinks they can finish, and everyone laughed at him. But listen, it's still a long way to go, but this is a big result for them. On the road, they haven't been nowhere near good enough, but at home, they have been good enough. But it's a massive result. They played Tottenham at the right time, with all the injuries Tottenham have. But saying that, I thought Aston Villa were outstanding.
Sad day for Tottenham in terms of the result, a sadder day for them and their fans as well in terms of the news about the passing of Terry Venables. A great win for Aston Villa on the road though, coming from behind to win this game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium by 2-1. Steve.
Big celebrations for Aston Villa players on the pitch at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Clinton Morrison, this is where they are in the league. So as Ali says, they're fourth. 13 games into a Premier League season, Aston Villa only have 1 point less than Manchester City. That is remarkable.
Yeah, it is remarkable to be fair, but listen, but it's still a long way to go. But you know what? Huge credit must go to Villa, Aston Villa and Unai Emery and his players, because I thought they were outstanding today. There are at times, you see Martinez going over there and celebrating with his fans, and he made 2 unbelievable saves in that second half. But as I said, huge credit must go to Aston Villa, but there's a long way to go across it.
And there is a long way to go for Tottenham Hotspur as well, so there's no need to panic about 3 straight defeats. There are mitigating circumstances around them all. However, Manchester City away next. Even if you go on a bad run and there are reasons for it, that's still going to affect the players, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And listen, they play well today. It's just they're finishing in the first half. If they finish, it's a different football match at the moment, and things going against you, offsides and stuff, injuries to Bentancur. So yeah, it's tough times for Tottenham at the moment, but I think there's positive signs there. None of these fans are having a go at these players. I've been here at Tottenham Stadium before a few years ago, where they were getting, pelters from their fans. Not now.
Steve, Ange Postecoglou making sure he's out there. He is applauding all of his players and applauding those players with the fans. He knows the effort they put in today, and I think Clinton's absolutely right. Some of the football Tottenham played again today. What we know, Steve, next week, that's our commentary next Sunday, Tottenham will go at Manchester City. That is the only way that they are going to play, and it is going to cost them defeats at times. But some of the football they play, the goal that Son scored in the first half that was disallowed for the offside, the move for that from the back was absolutely fabulous. These Tottenham fans are right with this team.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge win, though, for Aston Villa this afternoon. Ali, Clinton, Thank you very much indeed. So Villa, 4th on 28 points, the same as Liverpool in 3rd, 1 behind Manchester City and 2 behind the league leaders Arsenal. Spurs are 2 points below Aston Villa in 5th in the Premier League table after that, their 3rd straight defeat.